What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the INSOMNIACS Podcast. You already know what it is. This is the podcast where we talk about what's going on gaming today. We have a very, 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 very special show for you tonight. Before we get into anything, I would love to introduce our illustrious guests. Hailing in from Hot 97, we got Hip Hop Gamer. What up?
No stranger to danger. Number one journalist. Quickly, I changed the game up. Let's go, baby. INSOMNIACS in the building, man. Happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me. Let's get it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, yo. Thank you. Round of applause for
yo, that's a soundbite. We gonna have to take that.
Intro right there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. Let's get into our fellow panel members. We got C-Dollah.
What's up, everybody?
We got CoolHandCruz.
What up? Yo, it's cool with me. What's going on, everybody?
Last but not least, we got iTrip. What's up, iTrip?
What's good? What's good? Let's get it.
Get it. All right. And before we get into it, CoolHand, we got any notable game releases for the week?
Yeah, man, we actually got a couple. You know, today was the release of FIFA 21 coming out for PC, PS4, and Xbox. Go and get that. I'm definitely going to be using Inter Milan and dogging everyone online. You already know. For all you Halloween fans out there, man, Remothered Broken Porcelain comes out for PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch October 13th. So for all you guys who want to get scared, go get that game. And for all my Nintendo fans, we all Nintendo fans at heart, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit coming out for the Switch October 16th. And that's all coming out for this week.
All right. Well, hey, let's just jump right into it. Of course, we got Hip Hop Gamer on here. Hip hop, you know, we got a couple questions to ask you. We did want to start off asking, you know, some things about how you got started in this industry. You know, especially being a brother, person of color. You know, we're some small time guys trying to get up there in this YouTube gaming streets. So yeah, just to start it off, you know, first of all, just to start off gaming. What was your first console and like first game that made you say, okay, this is I'm a gamer, I'm rocking with this?
Got you. So rest in peace to my grandmother. She taught me how to play video games when I was 4 years old. So I've been playing video games all my life. Miss Pac-Man Pac-Man period was the first game that I've ever played on Atari 2600. That's the first game that my grandmother ever introduced me to. But the game that made me a gamer, like officially, was Super Mario Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Super Mario Brothers, the Dunk Hunt, NES back in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the game that made me a gamer. I love that game so much to the point where I was able to finish the game without dying, even though I skipped worlds. You know what I'm saying? But I was able to finish the game without dying. That's how like dedicated I was to playing Mario. So that gave me my start in terms of just playing games and loving gaming as a culture. And then fast forward to, you know, what led me here today. You remember G4 Tech TV? You know, shout out to my boy. Yeah, shout out to my boy Adam Tesla. You know, that's
shout out.
Fuck yeah, Attack of the Show, yo.
Yeah, Attack of the Show and X-Play and stuff like that. So shout out to them guys. When I was watching, there was this one episode, and I believe it was 2007. Because it was around Christmas time, and it was like a Christmas episode, and they was talking about, I think, Game of the Year and stuff like that. And Adam Tesla, you know, normally he a straight shooter. You know, he say what he say, and that's it. But this particular episode, it started to feel like it was more corporate dollars speaking, you know, as opposed to just the genuine love for the, you know, industry speaking. You know what I mean? And when I saw that, I'm not the type of person to complain. I just, you know, create. You know, so when I saw that, I kind of felt like, you know what, I want to speak about it. Like, it was one of those moments where I felt like I had to say something because I didn't like what started to happen. It's kind of like in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? It's like it goes from being, you know, a culture that's about, you know, being authentic, being real, writing your own material, like really caring about the creative part of it to now it's like, you know, let me just do what everybody else is doing, put some money behind it, get a quick buck, and move on to the next artist. Like, there's really no care. So I started to see that happen in the game industry. So that's when I started to make videos. So I got discovered by Torrance Davis, who used to run a website called thebitbag.com, but he was already a veteran in the gaming industry. So through him, I got a chance to go to E3 for the first time in 2008. And when I went to E3 in 2008, I was able to do like, major interviews with, what's the name, like Aaron Greenberg and people like Hideo Kojima and stuff like that, like on that level first year. But you gotta think about it. This is my first time going to E3. I got this big championship belt. Nobody knows, who I am really, like that yet. And my energy, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? My energy is out there. So yeah, so nobody never seen that raw Brooklyn hip hop, energy like ever, in the game industry like that, like the way I did it. So a lot of people kind of like looked at me like a joke, you know what I'm saying, and like written me off, like, and I'm like, yo, y'all bugging, like this is like my life. I really do this. So when I started doing the interviews with a lot of the developers, they had so much respect for me because they knew I knew what I was talking about. They knew I like really grew up studying like the industry for real. So when that happened, got back to New York, fast forward, I did an interview with Peter Rosenberg on Hot 97. And
shout out to Rosenberg, man.
shout out to Peter Rosenberg. That's my guy. So
that's a Maryland dude right there.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. So I did an interview with him on the red carpet because Facebook, they had this game called Gig It. It wasn't that good of a game, and they just put a whole lot of money behind something thinking that the gaming industry would care about that. But that's not how it go. We gotta be authentic here. So I did the interview, and his publicist loved it, and they wanted to continue on. And I was like, yo, how come y'all don't have gaming? Like within the culture of Hot 97, like gaming and hip hop grew up together. It dealt with a lot of the similarities. Like it's crazy. So just to give y'all some more context, from 2000 to 2014, I used to work in the mailroom. So I was the supervisor of the mailroom for every single record label, like Universal, Def Jam, Rockefeller, like Murder Inc., you name it, all of that. I was there. So a lot of the people like that was instrumental in the success of the people that you see before you today, like the 50 Cents and Jay-Z's and all of them and stuff like that. Like I know all those people because I delivered their mail. Like I've known them for like many years. So when I was delivering mail, shout out to my man Davey D from Universal Republic. He was like, yo, you should talk to Hot 97. So, when all these things came to fruition, that led to the partnership with Hot 97, the partnership with Logitech G, Def Jam Records, NBA 2K League, so on and so forth. I got like a lot of things happening. So that's what gave me my, start like leading into the industry and the deals and, the things that y'all, able to see today. So like I said, I'm humble, I'm thankful, but it was a fight because a lot of people, doubted me a lot. And you already know what it is. Like, especially when you're a black guy, you got to do, like 40 more. You got to do 40 more things just to be looked at as normal. Like, you know what I mean? So it was a fight, but I loved it because everything I did for the love. And obviously my grandma, she's the one who taught me. If it wasn't for my grandmother, I would not be gaming. So that's that.
Nah, much respect to that, man. That's wild. I mean, that's real, man. That's real.
Thanks, bro.
That's definitely a humbling story, and it's crazy to see how like something you had a lot of passion for, how you got that one shot, to get to E3, which back then, for anyone listening who's not aware, it was not open to the public back then. So I don't think they opened it to the public till like 2017, 2018. I went 2018, and that was mind blowing. So I could only imagine back then, and I know everyone on the panel can remember this back then. PS3, Xboxes came out when Hip Hop Gamer went, and like back then, I'm sure you saw hella celebrities at E3. I mean, I know Michael Jackson even pulled up to like one of the first, 2 E3s.
Yeah, but back in the day, like no one would cheer though. That's why I need all the fans to come, because like they like show like this crazy ass game, and then the crowd would just be quiet.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's like, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was saying, and I'll just be like, yelling at my screen, like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this shit's about to come out, MGS3. It's crazy, and everyone at the show is just like
taking notes.
Cool, yeah, taking notes.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like one just to chime in on that, to piggyback on that. One of the years that I was there, I think it was when they showed the Final Fantasy VII remake trailer for the first time, and I held up my belt, and like Sony got a good capture of me holding up my belt, like when they did that, and like we started the whole chant, like Sony, like my whole crew started that chant. I'm like, yo, y'all bugging, because like that's one of that, because one thing about me that I'm pretty sure y'all know, but I call people out. I don't care. You could be my best friend. I don't care. I call everybody out. If I don't like something, I'm calling you out. We're gonna talk about it, because at the end of the day, when you care about a culture and you care about people in general and the impact of it, there has to be some sort of integrity in place, like, you know what I mean, to it. And we could agree to disagree all day, but if I ever do something and it comes off like, yo, this ain't right, like, I love hip hop, but this right here, I don't respect that, I would expect you to tell me and call me out on it, or check me as a friend to be like, yo, bro, you could have did this way. I'm all down for advices. I'm not like no ego driven dude. Like, you know, I'm all down to, you know, work and do better. But in the industry, I've noticed that a lot of people aren't like that, and they get a little light, and, you know, things is different. So I got a chance to, it's one thing to be on the outside looking in for so long, but when you're on the inside and the outside and you see the whole picture, you'll be surprised at the truth. So, but yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm sure. Just to go off of what you're saying, I mean, I'm sure there's definitely some sketchy stuff. It's just like, you know, in general, business or corporate culture, it's, you know, it's definitely different what's going on backdoor, and, you know, what they want their perception to be to the public versus, you know, like what's really going on. So going off of your experience at E3, what was it like being at, you know, what was it? You said E3
2008 was the first one I went to.
Ooh, that was a hot 2018 was a hot year in gaming in terms of what came out and stuff. So how was that? What was your
you know what's so funny? In 2008, it was truly a blessing for me to be there, and the reason why is because that was the first year where they scaled E3 back. So in that year, it was not as big as all the other years, but it was my first one. So my first experience was like, you know, still mind blowing. Exactly. But then when I went 2009 and 10 and, you know, so on and so forth, I really saw the difference in comparison to my first year being there. But what I would tell you, the reason why it's such a blessing is because it gave me an opportunity to have so much access, because it wasn't as crowded and it wasn't as big. Because remember, E3 used to have booth babes. They used to have all these other things, and they took that out. They changed things and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, they went back to some sort of normalcy. But that particular year, 2008, I was able to like build great relationships with Michael Pachter, you know, meet up with people like my boy Scott Fry. Like there's a lot of people I might name that y'all like, I never heard these people before.
I know Michael Pachter. But, shout out to him.
No. I know a lot of people know Michael Pachter because he's a figurehead. He's out there. But there's a lot of important major people like that I got a chance to connect with that's on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That a lot of people don't know. But if it wasn't for those people, you would not see the things you're seeing right now. So it's like,
pulling the string.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a chance to meet a lot of people. And because of that, my relationships got so much stronger. And it's been, and through that, I've been able to navigate and do a lot of amazing things in the industry and in the culture overall. But that whole experience, man, I cried. I think I cried. Yeah, I think I cried. Yeah, because I told my grandmother that I was going to E3 for the first time, and I remember being on the flight, landing, looking at the E3 signs in LA. Yo, bro, oh man, it's yo, I get chills talking about it, son. I get chills talking about it, B. It's crazy, son. Like from when you land to when you get in your the cab or your Uber or whatever. Then you pull up and then you go to the hotel room. You walk down the the strip. You go to Wilshire Boulevard or something. You see the Clippers.
Was that your first trip to the West?
Yes, that was my first trip ever.
Oh, damn! That makes it that much sweeter, yo.
Period. This is my first time. So you see the Clippers. You see the Lakers. You see. Staples Center and everything. You got all this stuff going on, bro. I'm losing my mind, son. Losing my mind. I ain't know what to do, son. Like, bro, if you thought I was all hyped, then man, please. So I was very excited, man. But it was like an achievement. Like for real, it was like how you get achievement in Xbox or trophy in PlayStation. That was a real life trophy achievement unlocked. Like real life, yo.
That sounds wild, and I can only agree with you. The same thing. Like I've been watching E3 since I can remember. On whether it was GameSpot one year or on this other website this year. I remember like live streaming, and I would watch every single press conference. I wouldn't miss one for anything. So back in 2018, actually, me and C-Dollah actually flew out where we live in. We're from like DMV. I'm from DMV. He's from Chicago, but we flew out to LA to do E3. We've been gamers since kids, and like that was a huge moment for us. It's like you said, it's checking off a bucket list thing, achievement, life achievement as a gamer. It's like you've been seeing it as a kid your whole life, so finally being able to be there and stand in the conference hall, and it's just mind blowing. And it's crazy. You said you met a lot of people, and I do want to hear a little bit more about who you met. Just wanted to share my experience. And I've shared this on the podcast before. As soon as I got to LA, I went to Chick-fil-A, just got my rental car, and right in front of me, in the booth directly in front of me, was Cory Barlog. But
shout out to Cory. That's my guy, yo.
Shout out to Cory, big time. So I had I was like, no, there's no way, because he just got these Nordic like tattoos on his chest, and I'd never seen those on him in any of the interviews I've seen. So I tweeted him, and I was like, yo, kind of weird, but are you at Chick-fil-A right now in LA? He's like, yeah, pull up on me. So I literally stand up and walk to the booth in front of him, mind blown. And we talked about
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like meeting Ric Flair, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so so funny, because I met Ric Flair too.
No way.
Like that. Yeah. Look, I got pictures with Ric Flair and everything. Yeah, man. Ric Flair is mad cool, man. Wow. Mad cool.
That's wild, man. I think the only wrestler I've met was like Kazuchika Okada at Kurikan Hall when I went to Japan in 2016.
Wow, yo, I love these stories, man. Like, it just allows people to appreciate, what's going on and why it's important. You know what I'm saying? So I love these stories, man. But yeah, Cory Barlog, that's my dude. Like, just real quick, Cory, Stig is Mooseman, David Jaffe, those my people. Yeah, that's my bro right there. You know what I'm saying? For life. So with David Jaffe and the whole team, I was out in LA again because they had a God of War reunion, and all the creative directors of God of War games showed up there. Even the PSP games, my boy Rue from Ready at Dawn. So Ghost of Sparta and the Chains of Olympus. So like when I was out in LA for that. So just imagine being backstage, and I'm chilling with Stig Mooseman, who's the game director of God of War 3, David Jaffe, Cory Barlog, I think Todd Pappy was there as well, because he did Ascension, and my boy Rue. And I'm there with all of them chilling and stuff like that. And I'm gonna let y'all, because this is my first time on Insomniacs, I'm gonna let y'all in on something.
Oh, we listen.
So check this out. So y'all see how Cory Barlog's Twitter changed, right? Like right, if you go to his Twitter, you'll see like these escape pods, and then you see like a satellite on his picture, like talking about sci-fi stuff.
Oh yeah,
everything like that, right? So I'm gonna tell you something. And even though this was years ago,
right now.
Yeah, this is years ago when that God of War reunion happened. But Cory Barlog, we spoke about things that we wanted to do in the future and stuff that we wanted to see in the future with God of War, whatever he's gonna work on. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he mentioned, even back then, I forgot what year it was, but he always talked about doing something in the realm of sci-fi. And he also talked about what he wanted to do with God of War in terms of his vision for Kratos. This was years ago when we had this conversation. Man. I'm just happy for him, and I'm proud of him, because one of those things he accomplished with God of War, because that's his vision of it, and he did it, and he knocked it out the park. But the sci-fi stuff that he talked about all the way back then, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he's doing now.
Yeah, so, this is definitely like when you saw Captain America's shield in the ice when the first Marvel movie came out.
Yeah,
at the end. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like one of those hard teasers right here. Who
y'all heard it here?
Oh,
exclusive info for y'all. So that's crazy, especially being in the room with all these guys. And I'd be curious to be a fly on the wall, hearing, because I do follow David Jaffe, and I definitely want to get him on the show sometime. But I wonder how the transition would have been, like handing the torch off to Corey. I don't know if that was like probably a boardroom thing or.
Well, you know what's so funny about that? And what's the name? I forgot who spoke about this. I can't remember their name. But one of the things that's crazy about that is that those decisions, to my knowledge, that's not up to David Jaffe because he doesn't own the intellectual property. You understand? So that's all Sony. Anything that Sony owns, they choose to do it. They, like, for example, there's a lot of games that people want to come back. So Sony is like, you know what? This developer made this game. That developer doesn't exist no more, but we still got the IP, so it can still be made. We can still do it. We just got to find another team to pull it off.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, that's why they third parties.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's like, you know, when the passing of the torch stuff happens, you know, a lot of that stuff comes from all the intellectual property owners. You know, that's how that works.
Okay. Is there any old franchise that you want to see Sony bring back up? Man, for me, it would definitely be SOCOM.
Oh yeah, SOCOM. Well, I made a video confirming that SOCOM is coming back.
What?
Yeah, I made a video that SOCOM is coming back. I ain't joking. I don't know what year you're gonna bring it back, but I do believe that within 3 years it has to show up because according to like trademarks and things of that nature in that business, you have to have a use for a trademark within, I think, 3 years, or what happens is it goes
it expires.
Oh man, no, it don't expire because when you do a trademark, it lasts for 10 years. But when you do a brand new trademark and like a rebranding, so to speak, you have, I believe, 3 years to use it, even if you did an action figure and it wasn't a game or something. But it has to have some sort of intent to use and stuff like that. So, and like I said, even with the video that I did, David Sears and another homeboy of mine, they showed me like early builds of SOCOM years ago at E3 and stuff like that. So it's like, you know, it's been worked on for a long time, and it was in a lot of, it was like in flux for a long time as well. But I seen something and which made me confident to confirm that SOCOM is coming back at some point this generation.
That's amazing to hear, and I think right now that's what a lot of PlayStation fans are asking for. We want to see more, multiplayer games. I mean, I know probably most of us in here probably played SOCOM 2, which was crazy. That was the one that came with the headset.
Yeah. I remember that, bro. Did you put the network adapter on the back of the PS2 side?
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, I'll say this. I want Gex to come back. Bring back Gex. I know it's unpopular. I know most people are gonna be like, "What?"
I enjoyed Gex. I
want Gex to come back. Bring back.
You know what's so funny? I'm cool with the person that does the voice for Gex. Like I met him at Comic-Con. Yeah. I did an interview with him. I met him at Comic-Con. Did an interview with him, and we literally spoke about Gex. But he said that he'll be happy to do it if he gets that call. So I don't know nothing about it, but all I know is that he's down to do another one if they are.
That is crazy. Yeah, Gex was like one of my favorite games as a kid, man. And I felt like there was like some cool adult debonair style like to my man right there. You know what I mean? I felt like Geico ripped off Gex.
You're probably right.
You know what I'm saying?
I can believe that 100%, son. You'd be surprised at what a lot, like that's another thing too. Is like when you got the money to just go out and do something. Look at Fortnite. They could take every dance in the world, make millions of dollars off of it.
And not give nobody no play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like because they're in a position financially to just execute. Like, you know what I mean? So it's one thing to have talent, but when you got talent and power in the form of finances, then you could do whatever you want to do at the drop of a hat. That's why you have to make sure that everything is intact, not just your talent, not just
And going back to, I'm sorry, but going back to like what you say about like hip hop, especially when big business takes advantage of it, man. I gotta say, Fortnite has done a really, really just like horrible job of taking advantage of like hip hop dances and things like that from like young guys like that are in the culture like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, what I would say is like, pay them, highlight them, make them a part of the game, because why would you take everything but them and make it a part of your game? So obviously, you know, it's valuable. So what it goes back to is like, it's like you can appreciate Black culture, but not the actual Black person behind that culture. So it's like, that's like what Damon Dash always talked about. You know what I'm saying? And I know this firsthand because like me and Boogie, Damon Dash's son, we tight. That's my bro. You know what I'm saying? I remember him when he was younger because I was delivering mail to his dad. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. So it's like when I see some of the things that Damon Dash will speak on and say, and I see what goes on, you know, he's absolutely right. So to me, I feel like, to be honest, you know, if you create a dance and you do certain things, you do have to take responsibility and accountability for what you create to protect it. You know, you have to do your part. You can't just complain. You got to do your part too. But in all fairness, just doing the right thing is the right thing. Like, for example, if I sign one of y'all to a deal, you know, with a record label, or I sign one of y'all to make a game, whatever it is, like with a contract or without a contract, the way I am as a person, I'm gonna make sure things is done right. Because at the end of the day, who you are is the value. I tell people this all the time. Character is your currency. That's what's gonna last forever. Character is your currency. So I ain't gonna do you wrong or anything like that. If it's something you like or don't like, let's talk about it. We grown, we men. Like, you know what I mean? Let's figure it out. But with a contract or without a contract, you know, good business should always be good business. And anytime you do something wrong, you know, you should just own up to it and be accountable for it. Because I'm pretty sure that if the owners, you know, like, you know, Mark Wayne and Tim Sweeney, I know they got the Epic Engine, you know, Unreal Engine and Epic Games, but what if that was their daughter that made that dance and it was in a game and they got taken advantage of and didn't get anything for it? They wouldn't like that. So if you know it's something that you wouldn't like, don't use business as an excuse either. Try to make it right because you're in a position to make it right. And that's just my own thing, you know. And like I said, remember I told you, you could be my best friend. I don't care. I'm not in the business of praising people. I praise God. You know what I'm saying? So so when it comes to people and stuff like that, you know, do the right thing and, you know, do unto others as you want done unto you. You know what's right and wrong. And that's just the way I am, you know, how I do things.
Yo, hip hop, you dropping gems right now, man. We appreciate it. And honestly, you know, kudos, man. It's true. It's a lot of times these businesses are taking advantage of people because, like you said, they may not have gone through the right channels to protect themselves, you know, with their intellectual property, whatever they create. So it's like, by the time it's been shared a million times, it's already out there. It's already being coded into Fortnite, you know. So
yeah, it's money over morality, and it ain't right.
Yeah, but also exactly that.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead, CoolHand.
No, I was saying, but I think it's also one of those things where it's just like, I don't think people were aware. I guess like you can copyright a dance, but until like it started becoming a problem in Fortnite. You know what I mean?
The knowledge ain't out there. That's the problem with the system in general. It's like
exactly.
They're getting a little better now. They have the dance with the actual song, so you know they paid for the rights to use that.
Right. I mean, it is getting better. But see, I'm the kind of person where it's like, put like this, right? If I know something that I know you don't know, I'm not going to take advantage of the fact you don't know, especially if you're supposed to be cool. I'm going to educate you on what you should know. Make sure you get what you get, because not everybody's going to treat you like how I would treat you in your future endeavors with other people.
Exactly.
So the thing is, if you have an opportunity to teach somebody something, teach them. But if you take advantage of what they don't know, that's not cool, because you wouldn't want that to happen to you or anyone else. And I'm very strong on this, but what you like, check this out. What you do to others, you accept for yourself. So be careful how you treat people. That is a very important statement that I tell people all the time. What you do to others, you accept for yourself. So be careful how you treat people.
Karma excuses no one.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Don't care what you look like or where you come from. It will get you.
That's facts. That's facts, man. Damn, yeah, that's true. And like Chris C says in the chat, he said it's a great way of living, to be honest. I mean, it's true. You know, you gotta, some people don't value morality, and again, what you said, it's like, if I could tell you right now, you know, I got a younger brother, he's listening right now. I tell him everything, all the lessons that I culminated through my life. That way he can learn from my mistakes. And like you said, if I'm in a position to teach him because other people won't. They'll take advantage of the stuff that he doesn't know, you know?
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's two things. One, if you take advantage of somebody that don't know something, what you don't understand what you're creating in that space. You're creating somebody that's going to develop a characteristic of hate, envy, you know, like because of the way they've been treated unfairly. You understand? And then that right there is just going to be a trickle down effect to every person that this person meet. You know what I mean? And you could ruin somebody like that, especially if you're close to the person that you took advantage of. So it's very dangerous to, you know, live a life like that. So that's why me personally, the way I operate across the board is I try to give as much information, as much gain as possible on all of this stuff. You know what I mean? That's why, like, whenever I'm interviewed, I make sure I leave people with something that's valuable beyond just the fun of playing a game, because I want to see everybody, you know, like living in their purpose and being happy. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I was in the mailroom, I was happy then. You know what I'm saying? I was happy in the mailroom because I'm genuinely like that. Like I'm not one of those type of dudes that's happy based on what I have. Like if I got a car, now I'm happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my happiness isn't fueled by things. You know, like my happiness and my gratitude, I'm like all of that stuff is fueled because that's what's right. You know what I mean? It's fueled because that's what God want me to be. So that's the way I operate. Doing the right thing is always the right thing. And it feels good to do that. So I was always happy. I'm just happier, you know, me doing what I love doing. You know what I'm saying? But I was always, you know, just genuinely, you know, happy and excited and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, you know, if somebody could be like, yo, at the end of the day, like hip hop was very impactful in my life because of such and such and such, that's my purpose. Like I achieved something there. That's a victory for me.
Damn. Well, yo,
I'm just blown away, man.
Yeah, man. To you know, going off of that, who's I know you mentioned, you know, you had a mentor who brought you to E3. Who are some other people that like early on kind of gave you that good look that, you know, kind of helped move the needle for you?
Oh wow, man. Not to get too long-winded, but you know, obviously Torrance Davis from the Big Bad, because he, you know, really showed me the ropes. Another person is my man Scott Fry. Scott Fry, just to give you a brief history, he used to work at Ubisoft, and I was at this Sega event, and he came up to me and said, "Yo, my name is Scott Fry. I've seen you all around here. You're exactly what we need in this industry. Like you have no clue of how tired I am of working with certain people and the same regular questions, and nobody cares about nothing anymore. Seeing you here just makes my like day better and makes me love what I do." So, and we've been like literally best friends ever since. So it just kind of goes to show that the industry is very jaded. Like on the inside, a lot of people look at this as just a regular job, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So, like, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, you'd be very surprised the way it is on the inside. But Scott Fry is one of those people that push the needle. Michael Pachter is one of the people that really push the needle, because there was a lot of people in giving Michael Pachter's position, and Michael Pachter, hate him or love him, he helps make a lot of companies a lot of money, and he's very smart. And that dude is one of the dudes that embraced me out the gate, show me mad love, never tried to use me against me, because certain people would make me feel like I wasn't welcome, because I don't think about it. Look at me and look at the entire industry outside of it. Like there's literally only one hip hop gamer, bro. Like especially back in those days in 2008. All right. So the point I'm trying to make is between Michael Pachter, Scott Fry, Torrance Davis, there was this lady named Mary Curick. And Mary Curick, man, she just genuinely believes. She literally walked. The first things that she said to me, the first time we ever met, she was like, "Look, I know you don't know me, but I believe in you. I love what you're doing, and I just wanted to make sure I introduce myself to you." And me and her been cool ever since. It's like, yo, you'd be surprised at the impact you make on someone even before you even say words to them. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why, you know, that's just to name a few, but there's so many others, like so many others. You know, my boy Anthony Frazier, he very inspirational to me, and I helped him out a lot. But in the process of helping him, he also helped me and taught me things. It's just so many people, but at the end of the day, bro, it's overwhelming, man, because this is literally my life, like literally my passion, and to be able to do what I love to do, the way I'm doing it, the way I want to do it, I can't put it into words. I'm just humbled and thankful. And once again, I'm just thankful to be here on this podcast, bro. So thanks for having me again, yo. Real talk.
Again, man, it's our honor. We definitely started this with the key to, this wasn't about money or fame or thing. It's like, yo, we love gaming. We've been in this game for a long time, all of us. I mean, I don't think I've told you, but this podcast consists of, we got PS guys, Xbox guys, PC. So it's like, we all have a love and passion for gaming. And I was like, yo, there's other people doing it who, I'm saying, me personally, I'll speak for myself. I think, they might have everyone has their own take or own experience, but when I see people who maybe don't really know what they're talking about, and they have a bigger platform or a platform in general to do it, I'm like, you know what stops me from hopping on, learning OBS, learning, getting my audio set up and just doing it myself. And this is our seventh episode, and no regrets. The show's great. We've been getting a lot of support, and thank you so much, Hip Hop Gamer, for pulling up on us. It truly means more than I could even say in words. So just wanted to say that.
It's all good, bro. It's all good. Thank you very much, man. So let's get it.
Yeah, man. But before we start, though, I just really want to say, man, yo, you really paved the lane, like for guys like us, man. Like just because I'm a young Spanish kid, man, and gaming, like in my neighborhood, we were like, my family was fortunate enough to have like the PlayStations, the GameCubes, the Nintendos, but we were like the only ones in our neighborhood that had it. So like everyone in that neighborhood would come to like my house and like play. And you know what I mean? Like, and people don't know how big that is, especially from like like our kind of circle. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean, bro. What's so funny? So I want to give a shout out to my boy Papoose, man. Papoose, that's my guy. Much love to Papoose, man. His album dropped today too. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all cop that.
Never forget that ABC freestyle, man.
Oh my God, yo. Still to this day is crazy, B. So Papoose, right? He was on his live yesterday. And what's so funny is I popped in on his live, and he shared a story about how he was like the only person in his hood that beat Mike Tyson on Mike Tyson Punch Out. And like he had people lined up out his door to see him beat Mike Tyson Punch Out.
Sure wasn't easy.
No, yeah, exactly. Like to beat Mike Tyson, it's like, well, you different. Like who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's moments like that just like seals the deal for me, man. So I know exactly what you mean, because like my grandmother, she always made sure that like I had a game system, because like in the hood where I came up at, East New York, Brooklyn, you had craft gals on the corner, and my house got shot up before when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it is just crazy. So my grandmother used gaming as a tool to not only keep me out of the street, but also teach me about life. So in video games, you got levels, you got objectives, you got challenges that you got to complete. And my passion to wanting to do that, she taught me about how I can win at life with the same mentality of the objectives, the levels, the challenges, all this other stuff. So the way she utilized gaming as a parallel for life, and then incorporate and then put God in my life as well, I was like, when I look back in hindsight now, I understand what she did for me. And I do the same thing for my son now. And it's unbelievable. Life is so beautiful when you allow yourself to enjoy it. Because the problem is there's so much negativity in the world. And the more you engage with it and consume it, you become what you hate. So the problem is I'm very aware of everything, the racism, the negativity, the hate. It just don't bother me. It don't get me anymore. And what I mean by that is, in terms of it don't bother me, don't get me anymore, I started a program called Gaming and Guidance, where I can use games to impact kids and impact people, period. I got cops, I got elderly, I got kids in the hood having conversations with each other. If you don't like this cop for whatever reason, you tell them right now, because this is the forum for what it is. We're going to fix this. Boom, boom, boom. Like, I'm able to do that. So that's like my give back, my way of giving back. But I don't allow the world to destroy me. You know what I'm saying? I'm built to be great. So I just be what God meant me to be. And this is my way of giving that greatness back. Period.
Drop on the clues bombs. Boom.
Flex bombs. Flex bombs.
What a flex bomb. Hey, my guy. What a flex bomb. But going back to that gaming and guidance, man, how did that all start? You know, what was the trigger for you, like, you know, just to get it all started off the ground? And, you know, how long have you been doing it?
Got you. So Logitech, this is another thing that I like to do, man. Like for example, the interview that I just did with Adam Boyes, I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that Adam Boyes wasn't just what they call like a suit douche in the industry. Like they call it suit douche. Because you remember, he was the VP of PlayStation, you know, for like 3-4 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before he became CEO of Iron Galaxy. It's my guy, hardcore hip hop head, all of that. It's my guy. So my thing is, the outside looking in, when you look at people like that, because you don't know them, they automatically get labeled as these corporate people that don't care about nothing. They just want money. They get labeled as that just by default, right? And I was like, that's messed up, because why would you label somebody like that when you already know we get labeled as everything because we black? It's like, why would you put that energy out there knowing what it feels like to be treated like that? Like, it doesn't make any sense. That's why, remember, I told you earlier, I call out everything. You know what I'm saying? I call out everything. So my thing is, I was speaking to my boy Ujesh. He's one of the like C-level representatives at Logitech, and I love Ujesh. And Logitech is more than a company. I tell people this all the time. They're one of the biggest companies in the world, $1 billion company, and they're one of the purest spirits I've ever worked with in my life. Period. So when I was speaking to Ujesh, he briefly told me about how, you know, for so many years, they've been selling products, selling this, making all this money, but they want to do something that means more than the products that they sell. So his daughters will play games too. And his daughters got called all types of names, racism stuff and everything when they was online. He got tired. He just got tired of that. So he's trying to figure out, what can we do? So I told him about things that I was doing and what we can do to make it bigger and better. And gaming and guidance is what we came up with. So I put the whole thing together. Got a great team with me, my boy DJ Sparks, my boy Tavon Skinner, Miss B, and my homegirl Melissa. And we got the gaming and guidance team, and we do a lot. We got 4 layers of gaming and guidance initiatives. One layer is we do a 90-minute assembly at schools where we have an esports contest, and then we have a panel discussion, and then we close it out. And the winner gets the prize. Then we got a second one, which is the virtual version, like the digital version of it, where we use clips from video games to detail the things that's going on right now in our lives. So for example, if you look at the Division and you look at what we're going through right now with COVID, that's very, very, very similar.
Facts.
It's crazy. And then the third layer is a checkpoint where we go to different people's houses, we go to different, locations, events, buildings, everywhere, retail stores. And so for example, in the Bronx, I was on Channel 12 News because I gave the Xbox adaptive controller to a friend of mine named Matthew Muniz. He has muscular dystrophy and he lost his right hand, but he's a hardcore gamer. So I had Channel 12 News come in and we went to their house and all of that stuff. And that's Checkpoint, because Checkpoint, we check up on you, but also Checkpoint, if you remember playing games like Outrun, if you don't get the checkpoint, you lose. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like we got to get that checkpoint so we can keep going. And it's crazy. And then the last one is One Community, where I bring grown-ups, adults, young adults, kids, cops, everybody together in one forum. And shout out to my homegirl Khadijah, because she's the sergeant that orchestrated this stuff. And she put everything together when it came to One Community, and I was able to adopt it with what I'm doing within gaming and guidance. And even that has been beautiful, because you learn, you'd be surprised in conversation how close you really are to somebody that you think you're distance to. Yeah. So this is what I'm doing. So that's why when I talk about gaming, I use it in all areas of my life to be able to change somebody else's life.
Yeah, because it can really close the gap. It really can close the gap. Yeah,
absolutely.
So is there a particular story that kind of stands out to you in reference to this whole gaming and guidance thing? I know you mentioned the guy with muscular dystrophy, but is there anything else that really just pops out at you when it came to this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, my grandmother, like all of this stemmed from my grandmother putting control in my hand. All of it. So to me, just to give y'all some context, man, my grandmother, like, I held her hand as she died. I felt her body turn cold. I looked at her. She looked at me like it was. I never, like it was the craziest thing I've ever experienced in my life, bro. Between that and being in the hospital room with my son being born, those are like the craziest experiences, man. And when I look back on things that my grandmother said and taught me and showed me, and then I'm looking at the things that I'm doing now and the person that I've become and how I'm always constantly growing, it's just the ultimate epiphany on what God always wanted to show me, and it made me appreciate everything that I have, and it made me care more about everyone. So it's like it's a life changer, man. With this gaming and guidance thing, I understand what it could do for other people. So at the end of the day, my goal is to keep it going, because if I could impact one person's life, my purpose is fulfilled. So that's that. And to be honest, I impacted hundreds of people's lives, through this program. So if at the end of the day, my so-called legacy is definitely fulfilled. It's just that God is allowing me to do more the longer He lets me live. That's it.
That's what's up, yo. Yo, much love to my grandma hip hop, man.
Yeah, hip hop granny.
Word up, granny. Hell yeah,
granny, man. One love.
Sure.
Yeah, B.
Wow. I mean, we had some questions set up. You literally got took them right out of our mouths. Fucking. Go ahead, go. I mean, I know you had some questions about gaming guidance. We definitely wanted to go there. I mean, that's an amazing story, and it's crazy how gaming, at least it used to be way more, is kind of vilified. Some people, it's kind of like gaming, and it's like, nah, like everyone enjoys it. Doesn't matter your background, your race, your age. It's for everybody. It's now overtaken for a while now the movie industry as the biggest entertainment platform. So the fact that you're using that to spread this these messages to kids and really look out for the community, I mean, that's big, man. That's bigger than yourself, so
Absolutely.
Like, much props to you for that. And
man.
Cool Hand, go ahead.
Yo, I mean, I this was one of the gaming and guidance thing was one of the biggest questions I wanted to ask you, man. But going back to gaming, man, I know you were in Watch Dogs, and I know, and I know you also had a song in Watch Dogs. You definitely had a track on there, which was fire, by the way.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you already know, man. But what was it like? What was the process like being in Watch Dogs? Was it like they just scan your body? Were you in a bodysuit and all that? Like, what was going on?
Oh, so what was crazy is I didn't do the bodysuit and stuff like that. What was crazy is like the animators is just great. Like they was able to literally just take a picture of me and animate me in the game. Like it was, it's crazy. And what's so funny is they did the same thing with NBA 2K Playgrounds 1 and 2. Like they literally took a picture of me and animated me and made me look like me, like in the game. Like, bro, crazy. So the way the Watch Dogs 2 joint happened is I'm always flying out, going to different game studios, doing interviews and things like that, right? So I've always been a fan of Watch Dogs since day one, since the first time they ever showed it. I think in 2012, if I'm not mistaken.
2012, yeah. And that reveal trailer was insane.
That reveal trailer, I was like, yo, this joint was crazy. So I've always been a huge fan of Watch Dogs out the gate, right? So then I made a song for the first one, just out of the love for it. I made a song for the first one. And then when the second one was starting to roll out, I was like, yo, I made a song for this game, but I want it to be in the game. Like, and like, how can I be in the game? Like, I was asking questions like, I want in. Like, that's when I started to become more aggressive, because I started to realize who I am. Like, my girl told me this a lot too, on Red Infamy. It's like, it's okay to know you're great. There's a difference between knowing that you're great and a difference between being an egotistical a-hole. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know I'm the best at what I do. I know I'm great. It doesn't mean that I'm just better than you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. No, it's like I'm great because of what I put in to my craft, and the results speak for themselves. And I just continue to make the results better. So my goal isn't to be better than you. My goal is just to be better, and the results speaks for themselves. And that's why I say I'm the best, because I feel like there's things that I do, there's things that I've done, there's things that I've accomplished that separates me from anybody else. And I think that's very important, because I want to make sure that whenever Hip Hop Gamer do something, it's a one of one. You're only gonna get this from Hip Hop Gamer. It's just like Nintendo, you're going to get Mario. Microsoft, you're going to get Gears. PlayStation, you're going to get God of War. Like, they give you something that only they can give you. So I want to make sure that whatever I do in this entire industry, in this world, period, when Hip Hop Gamer touches it, you know it was Hip Hop Gamer. Like, you know, that's my thing. So when it comes to Watch Dogs 2, I was like, yo, I was talking to DNA. DNA, that's my brother. And I was like, yo, bro, you be killing these cats in battle rap, doing this other stuff, but the game industry is crazy. Like, I got to get you into this. So they flew me out. They flew DNA out. We did like a music video for Watch Dogs 2. Yo, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. And they put the song in the game. They put me as an NPC in the game. It's crazy. And what I will say, because I'm on INSOMNIACS podcast right now, you know, Watch Dogs Legion is coming out this month. I did make a song for the game, and that's all I can say. I made a song for the game.
Y'all heard it.
That's all I can say.
Y'all heard it right here.
I don't know what's gonna happen. I made a song for the game.
So
what happens with it? What happens with it? I don't know. All I know is that I made a song for the game. So leave it at that.
Damn, the way you talk about this game, you make me want to play it. I've yet to play one of the Watchdog games, but
bro, no, Watch Dogs is fire. No. Watch Dogs is fire, son. Listen, let me explain something to you, son. Especially now with the Watch Dogs Legion, son. There's no game ever made in the history of video games that's made like this. This is absolutely a one of one in game development history.
Damn.
Period. Listen. I'm gonna tell you right now, son.
Talk your shit. Let's go.
Yo, listen. Yo, this game is so gangster, son, that the dialogue, the technology that they use in the game overall, but even when it comes to the dialogue, they'll have the same actor talking to themselves, but would modularize the voices so it sounds like a completely different person. That's the type of technology that they got in this game. The dialogue and everything. You could pick anybody, be anybody. The story still goes on and is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my. Wow. Bro, nah, B. This game is different, son. Listen, one thing about me, people could love what they love, and I get it, but I go to bat for anything that I like. If I like something, you gonna know why I like it, and you gonna love it. Like the game is fire, bro.
So the game manipulation you're saying is like different from any other game. That's what I meant.
There's no game that exists. Yeah, there's no game that exists in the world, the planet, the history of any video game ever made to this day that do what Watch Dogs Legion does. Period.
Bet, man, that's fire. So I have one follow-up question to this, hip hop. What did you like better, man? What feeling like was it? Did you have a better feeling being in the game or hearing your music in the game? Like, what was bigger for you?
Ooh, that's an incredible question, bro. Wow. Well, here's what I would say. I think the music portion was bigger for me in that particular scenario. Mm-hmm. The reason why is because when you first see me and you realize it's me, like, that's dope, but you can't control me. Like, you can't use me in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just an NPC. When you hear my music, you could use my music throughout the entire game, so it has a bigger impact on the game because of the feel of the music. You ride around, cops chasing you, and you know you hear the music in the back and stuff like that. It's like, you know, I am hip hop gamer, bring the danger, bang the ball and out. Like, you know, it's like that energy that like is crazy. And to me, I think that was like, whoa, like that was crazy. But that wasn't the first time that I had my music, you know, like, you know, in a game, but it was the first time where my music influenced gameplay. And that right there was crazy powerful. NBA 2K Playgrounds, being an actual character, you could pick Michael Jordan, then pick Hip Hop Gamer on the same team. That right there is crazy. And my name is mentioned in the commentary. Like when you playing the game, they'll be like Hip Hop Gamer, like with the pass and stuff like that. That right there, son. Yo, man. Listen, when I tell you, like, oh man, son, it's like I wanted to cry and I wanted to fight at the same time, but not fight nobody. I wanted to choke somebody in happiness. I wanted to be like, oh, son, do you understand what's happening? I wanted to, if I could hug you so tight to where you can't breathe, that lets you know that I love you. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to breathe yet.
I'm gonna say that to my little brother. I'm gonna say that to my little brother. Yo, I just want to choke you in happiness right now, man.
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Oh,
so,
man.
You and yourself, you're and just the feeling of knowing not only like what you're saying that it enhances the gameplay, hearing yourself and adds that extra fact to it, but you're immortalized in that game. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 years from now, when people are playing, they're playing the remaster.
Yeah,
your grandkids are gonna be able to be like, yo, that's my granddad right there. We've listened, we bumping his music in the car, getting chased by cops. That's dope, man. And I'm sure that, was that ever like something, younger you thought about, like, yo, I want to be in a video game.
Yes, bro. I used to make me and my whole family in NBA Live 1996 or something like that, when they first brought the creative player. Yo, Final Fantasy 7. Like when I first played that, I was like, yo, Cloud. They used to call me Jackal. Like, so before Hip Hop Gamer, they used to call me Jackal. That was just my straight rap name, gangster rap. Like I was a different person. Let's just leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was just a different person. So they used to call me Jackal, right? So Cloud was Jackal. Barrett was my brother, who we call Ramadan. Tifa was this girl I used to talk to back in the day. Like I always wanted to be in a game. What? You kidding me? Son, man. And when it happened, I had to, like, how you get those moments where you just got to be by yourself. You got to have a good cry and just let it all out. And you don't want nobody to bother you, no phone calls or nothing. I just need a moment to myself. But in all seriousness too, I knew it made my grandma proud. Like, and that right there was the key. Like I didn't, because you got to remember, I'm not sure if I told you this, but I never met my mother. Like my mom, she left when I was, I believe, 2 years old. And I never met my mother ever in my life. I never spoke to her, nothing. I don't, she could be dead right now. I have no clue. You know what I'm saying? I hope she's alive, but I'm just saying, I don't know my mom's. So my grandmother raised me, my brother, my sister, and stuff like that. And the thing is, my grandmother didn't have to do that. She's my grandmother, not my mother. She could have, left.
Not her responsibility.
Yeah, we wasn't her responsibility, yo. So, oh man, it's just, this is why I be trying to tell people, man, there's a lot of negativity going on in the world, and I get it, but ain't nothing like truly being thankful and happy and living your life as such. I encourage anybody that's in the chat. I don't care what you're going through right now, who's making you upset. I don't care. You have to take your joy back. You only get 24 hours in a day, and you only got one life to live. You want to make sure that every day, second, minute, hour, everything is dedicated to the joy and happiness of your life, man. Facts. I'm telling you, do not get robbed of your life. I'm just keeping it a buck, yo.
Dropping gems for the listeners, whoever will listen to this later. I mean, we got some people in the chat. Trey 8K. You saying
wait, Trey BK or Trey? It's Trey BK, right?
Trey BK, yeah.
Yeah, that's my dude. Yo, Trey know me. Trey know me, man. We grew up together. You know what I'm saying? Trey BK, that's my bro. I love you, bro. What's going on, Trey?
He said, "What's good, hip hop gamer? God bless, bro."
All day, man.
Yeah, he said Jackal. He said Jackal was more fire at the verse at Nova. Tell him I said that.
Oh man, yo, look, man. I'm telling you, man. Like, yo, Trey BK, that's my bro for life, man. He knows me.
Yo,
Or
hip hop. I've been dying to ask you, man.
what's up?
If you had to say like, and I know you got a list, but if you had to say, all right, top 5 series, game series, any generation, I want to hear this, man. I'm interested.
Top 5 game series.
Doesn't have to be one.
Y'all coming with the real questions tonight, bro.
No,
For real, son. Come with the real questions.
Hey,
All right.
we tried to find out what they didn't ask you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I got it. I respect that. Wow, bro.
in
Well,
no
for
particular
one, yeah, I can't do it in a certain order. Top 5 franchises. God of War,
Okay.
definitely, because that's my favorite game. Grand Theft Auto,
Yes.
go with that. Whew, franchises. Oh man, tough.
I know you said you interviewed
Um,
Kojima. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I definitely interviewed Kojima. Metal Gear is legendary, but
Yeah.
as a franchise, I wouldn't go with Metal Gear from a franchise standpoint. But there's moments in Metal Gear games that's historically can never be repeated.
Facts. MGS3.
MGS3, that's one of them. MGS1 is another. I can go on and on about that. What I would say is, okay, 2K, definitely 2K.
Okay.
I'm rocking with 2K. Gotta throw that. Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. And for that 5th one, oh man,
Could be
the fifth
classic.
one. The 5th one is always tough for me, but the only reason why I'm going with this one is because this is the franchise that made me a gamer, and I gotta go with the Mario franchise because that's the franchise that made me a gamer. Even though we've been saving the princess all forever, it's for me personally, it's the game that made me a gamer, and I gotta put respect on his name. You know what I mean? So that's that. But those would be my franchises, man, because like Grand Theft Auto, come on, that speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? You know, CJ for life. God of War. I think God of War has one of the best stories I've ever seen for a character in my life.
Hell yeah.
Ragnarok
coming.
Ragnarok is coming. What's the name? 2K. Come on, man. I'm from the hood, son. Basketball, B. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? 2K all day, son.
Yeah, I was going to ask you NBA 2K or WWE 2K. So I had
NBA 2K, bro. NBA 2K, bro.
I had to be sure.
You know what I'm saying? Al Iverson, front cover 99. You know what I mean? Come on,
Okay.
B.
Okay.
So, yeah, man, those are my favorite franchises. And just as a bonus, because I gotta throw a horror title in there. For my horror, even though Silent Hill is really, really, really different, really extra spooky, scary, I gotta go with Resident Evil because I'm gonna tell you right now, when the dog jumped through the window,
out the motherfucking window, N64. Bro,
when the dog jumped through the window,
Facts.
it was over. Listen, I was so scared.
My God.
I was so scared because I'm playing. Look, that was back when I was really ignorant. Like I used to like. That's when I thought I was like, I'm the man. I'm this. I ain't scared of nothing. I'm a tough guy. Like that was those days. And when I tell you, I screamed so hard and got scared so hard when the dog jumped through the window. I realized that I'm not as tough as I thought I was. I had to that game was a humbling moment. That game humbled me. Resident Evil humbled my life because of how scared I was of that game. And because of the camera angles and the tough controls, when you saw a zombie and they coming at you, you can't really run away right because the controls are stuck. Oh man, I was scared.
Wow,
yeah.
so true.
So that'd be my joint.
Hold on. I know this isn't a really popular franchise, but I just love this franchise. I just want to ask your opinions on it. Did you ever play Onimusha by any chance?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I ended every Onimusha, bro. Every Onimusha.
God, that's for me. That's one of my favorite franchises. I did play the remaster, and I'm like, yo, where the hell is 2 and 3? Two is my favorite. You know, 3. You know, that was my shit too. But I need an Onimusha remaster, man. Capcom, if you're listening, you know what I'm saying, you know the vibes. I heard they're gonna kind of put the kibosh on it because the remaster apparently didn't sell as much as they wanted to because everybody was buying Resident Evil. Well, come on, bring that back.
Well, I think you know, to be fair, the Onimusha remaster, in my opinion, wasn't that great of a remaster. It's kind of like certain games is already like I give example, God of War 3. God of War 3 remastered wasn't that much different graphically from the regular God of War 3. And to be fair, God of War 3 was already such a masterpiece, even in the graphics department, that even the remaster really didn't do much because it was already great. Like, you know, so I think when it came to Onimusha, because that game we haven't seen it in so long, you would expect like a major upgrade to it, and we didn't get that. And I keep telling people, I understand that, you know, gameplay may be more important than graphics at the end of the day, but you're not playing no game if it doesn't look attractive.
Facts.
And when I mean look attractive, you can have an 8-bit game that look blocky, but the game itself is doing cool stuff that makes you want to play it. So at the end of the day, it didn't look like anything special. It's like, why would I care about this? And you got to think about it. There's new generations of kids growing up. So when they see that, are they going to be impressed? You got to think about it from that angle too, because they're going to be the ones that's going to tell their parents to get this for them as well. I just feel like Onimusha dropped the ball. I think they should have made it a remake instead of a remaster. It would have been better received.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing. And like Mooch, shout out to Mooch and Crap. Mooch always said his thing is nostalgia is a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love nostalgia. Like I play. Well, for me, I play everything, man. I was playing Street Fighter the movie not too long ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Jean-Claude Van Damme in the game, bro. I was playing that, man. That wasn't even that great of a game, but I just love games, man. I play everything. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I remember playing NBA in the zone, and you couldn't even sub. They only had 5 players per team. Like, you know what I mean? I remember all of it.
So I got a question for you, Hip Hop. So you know you've been to all these like E3 events and like all these cool expos. Like what new like emerging tech are you like really excited for? Like VR, AR, like 4D tech, like haptic feedback and like more advanced haptics like temperature, texture, that kind of stuff, or just another like emerging technology that like you're really excited to see grow?
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you this. In 2018, right? I went to I was at E3, and my peoples over at this company called Capto Glove, they let me test out the Capto Glove, right? So when if they put ice on the screen, you feel ice in your hand, and it's cool, and it feels like ice. If they put a cup of tea on a screen, you feel it in your hand, like you're holding a mug. Like it's the most. It messes with your senses. Like it's kind of like you're looking at something and you feeling it, but it ain't there in real life. That right there will mess you up. So when I spoke to them about, you know, all this stuff with you know, PlayStation VR and stuff like that, they was like, yeah, like they already spoke with PlayStation, had meetings with them, and this is stuff that you can expect, you know, for VR. And also looking at the DualSense controller, like they already talked about how you can actually feel texture. You know, it's different. I'm telling y'all, it's different, yo. It's different. So get ready, because I'm telling you. And then also, they have what they call smell-o-vision. So you're gonna be able, like, let's say you're playing Resident Evil or
That's
something.
That's like from Futurama. They got the smell-o-vision telescope.
Yep. Yep. So imagine you're playing you know, a game and you're in the woods and stuff like that. You'll be able to smell the smoke, smell the wood, smell the trees in the forest. Like you'll be able to smell it, you know, through VR and all the new technology. So what I'm trying to say, is and there's patents for all of this stuff too. But I think if y'all go check it, I think this I forgot the name of the website, but it's like Oxford, something like that. And there's this technology where you can actually smell your environment, and it was initially done as a practice for people that are disabled. You know what I mean? So let's say you're deaf, or let's say you can't do certain things, or you got limited abilities, or whatever it is. It was really made for them to give them a sense of being somewhere that they can't be. So that's what they was. Yeah. So it was really something designed for them, and now it's in gaming technology. So Yo, get ready, bro. Get ready.
I know you know some stuff that we don't know. I know you can't, divulge what.
Whatever I could say, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say right now. Whatever I can say it. That's how I get down, bro.
Yeah.
How do you feel about last week we talked about on the podcast, we talked about the patents for the new PSVR control. Now, me personally, I'm the only one on the podcast with PSVR. I love it, but I don't love that last gen controller that we currently got. Is there anything you can divulge about this new VR controller? It's definitely more Oculus like, and I think it's going to bring, the immersion up tenfold. Especially with PSVR being a way cheaper entry point into VR for gamers than, getting a PC rig and Oculus.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. The next PlayStation VR, the next one is wireless. That's crazy.
Ooh.
Two, the controller is designed where I don't believe you even need a camera anymore. Like the way the software is a lot more sophisticated. So now, the tracking. So they're able to track each individual joint in your fingers, your hand, your body movement. So it's kind of like when you're making a character in Maya or using any of these engines, how they could take the joints and make everything look real, like how a real human bone structure or whatever bone structure you want to do. They can do that with your body in real time tracking via VR now with the software that they have. So you're going to see that. So the control is going to be a lot more defined and stuff and accurate and gained. The viewing angle is a lot more wider. So the field of vision in real life is going to be able to match the game and stuff like that. So that's going to be dope. Can't wait to experience that. The next thing is the sense of velocity. So based on how hard you swing or do certain things, it's going to be able to track that better as well. What was the other thing? It was something else that they was talking about.
Y'all
in terms of it's like it's even VR streaming capabilities is going to be different, and also they have y'all remember PlayStation Home?
And
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like not to say I'm not saying it's the VR version of PlayStation Home, but there's things kind of like that in the VR software of PlayStation that you're going to see, and I believe you'll see that summer 2021. So yep,
y'all hearing some gems right now. Y'all heard it first right here. INSOMNIACS podcast. I'm going to follow up with that actually. So the CEO of Take-Two Entertainment came out and he was talking some hot mess about VR. He was saying that we didn't invest in it because we didn't think it was worth it. And I'm like, dude, GTA and VR, get the hell out of here. Like everybody wants that. Do you think that this next generation of VR is going to finally be what Sony needs to kind of break through to the masses, saying that like, hey, this is affordable, as affordable as it can get for VR. And do you think it'll kind of change the tide this next generation?
So when it comes to Take-Two and the way they operate, somebody else has to do something for them to do it, to make it make sense. So I'll give you an example. If Watch Dogs did something dope with VR, and it was like, yo, the masses got a hold of it and it was crazy, you'll see Grand Theft Auto and other companies get involved with it. You'll see that. So it's kind of like Microsoft. It's kind of like a lot of companies. Not everybody wants to jump first.
Yeah.
Period. Not everybody wants to jump first. So I think that when you see a company create a level of success that the industry thought would never happen, then you're gonna start seeing the carbon copies. Think about it. We would not have Warzone if it wasn't for Fortnite.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we would not have Rogue Company. We would not have how many games I need to list. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, a lot of these games, like Fortnite, it didn't just set a tone for a game, having fun. It set a tone for a game being a platform and the amount of money you can make from that business model.
Mm-hmm.
When you can't ignore it. So it's the same thing with VR. Something's going to happen in VR that's going to be so powerful. And when that happens, everybody's going to figure out a way to get involved. Microsoft, on the other hand, in their position, they like, look, we got enough money. Be like, yo, Oculus, we need that. Like, or whatever. Or ACC, we need that. So they don't have to make nothing on their own per se. But they got the bag when the time is right if they need to.
I was gonna say, do you see them for this next gen partnering with Oculus? I mean, it's kind of been what everyone thought. Like, this is the obvious choice. We have seen the can't remember off the top of my head, their AR unit they displayed on the stage at E3 a couple years ago. The HoloLens, Microsoft HoloLens.
Yeah, HoloLens. Yep.
Do you see Microsoft dipping their toe into that? Because I mean, we know their box is way more powerful, way more than capable to handle VR. But from what we've seen, I don't see any inputs or anything that shows that there could be a VR unit. But then again, we don't know. It's kind of early. What do you think on that?
I know that's interesting. The HoloLens is more like a platform that you use to see if your commercial platform would work. Exactly. So you're going to see HoloLens in different colleges, classes, and schools, and things like that as like a testing ground. And then whatever concepts and stuff that they create out of that, you're going to see that come into real life, like a real life product that will go on sale that people could buy and take part in and stuff like that. So I think the HoloLens is more a stepping stone in a tool, for use in creating something in the VR landscape for Microsoft. But I don't think the HoloLens is going to be something that people just buy and pick up to use on a daily basis, like how you would see with the VR. And I'm gonna tell you, after playing games like Blood and Truth on VR, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing, son.
I just picked that up like 3 weeks ago. I'm loving it, bro.
Blood and Truth, that's my John Wick right there, son. Yep. That's my John Weezy right there, B. That joint's crazy, son. Love it.
Yo, iTrip, I know you had some questions for hip hop.
Yeah. I got some for you. First one is, what's your top 3 most memorable moments in gaming, whether it was while you're gaming or people you've met?
Oh, wow. Yo, y'all got some amazing questions. Yo,
trying to get to know you, yo. You got to ask the real questions, right?
Yo, that's fire, B. All right, cool. So top 3 moments in gaming, whether I was playing or people that I've met. Okay, so one moment in gaming that I feel is the top, like one of my top moments. So shout out to my homegirl, Keisha Howard. She actually just won an award for Blacks in Gaming. And
nice. Hell yeah.
So I met her at E3. I forgot which year it was, but it was like many years ago, long time ago. And it was her and a friend of hers. And I seen her and I was like, well, hey, how you doing? Like, we never met or nothing like that, but we was I think standing in line for the same game. And we just started talking. So she's like, your belt is cool. And I was like, thanks. Like, you want to spin it? And then she spent it. And when she spent the belt, she cut herself. First time we met, she literally shed blood for me. You know what I'm saying? We've been best friends ever since because she shed blood for me. So, and like last week too. So that's hilarious. So that's one interesting moment right there. That was crazy. Another moment that was real dope is a couple of years back. The number one Tekken player, and this is like years ago. I think like maybe 2009 or something like that. The number one Tekken player at the time in Tekken, what Tekken was this? Tekken 5 or something like that. Forgot what Tekken it was, but I think it was like 2009 and Tekken 5. I think it was Tekken 5, and we up here playing the game, and they had like a line of like whoever could beat the number one Tekken player gets some sort of prize. So I'm walking past and everything, and somebody on the mic was like, "Oh, I see Hip Hop Gamer with the belt. You want to try?" I was like, "Of course I'm gonna try. I'm nice to I play him and I beat him, son.
Yo,
son. I got the video and everything, son.
Tell me there was a crowd.
Oh, there was a crazy crowd, son. I beat him. It was a crazy match. It was a crazy match, but I beat him. And then I got so hyped that I jumped on top of their table and stuff like that. I had the belt up.
Tom Cruise that couch. Hell yeah.
Crazy, son. Had my chain on. I had the belt. I jumped on top of the table, talking to the whole audience like, yo, what up? I'm the best, son. What up? Let's go. Give me my belt, son. That was crazy, son. So that was a crazy moment.
I like it.
Oh, Law.
Law. There you go.
Yeah, that's my guy.
That flip.
Yeah, son. Law, son. That dragon kick, crazy. Law is dope. And then we can go, son. I got all the smoke you want, dude. Let's go, son. We can play PT, PlayStation. Let's go, son. I got it all.
Hip hop. I'm gonna send you my stuff, bro. Look, hey, I'm good.
Let's go. I ain't doubting you. I'm like Mayweather, son. I don't underestimate nobody, son.
No, I'm saying, hey, look, I got Steve Fox for you. That's all I gotta say. That bob and weave is real with me.
All right, cool. Let's go, son. We gonna see. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm the kind of person I put money on stuff. So, like, you know what I mean? Let's go. So I'm with it. So, but and like the and one more moment. There were so many moments, but one more moment I would tell you, and this is crazy. So, are y'all familiar with Peter Molyneux?
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, Fable and stuff like that. Okay. Legendary. Yeah. So I'm standing online because everybody, all the journalists that's online, they're in line to go interview him because we're right now we're in the Xbox gaming room during E3, and it was great what happened, but it was also disappointing at the same time. So I'm online, and keep in mind, there's other journalists behind me too. So it's not like I'm the last person online and whatever. So the lady that was controlling the interviews and stuff like that, I'm online to go on this interview, right? And you look at me, I got the belt and everything, hat to the side, like I get down, and she's looking at me, but she's looking at me with this disgust in her face, man. And I'm like, fine, me, I'm like, fine, whatever. And then it was getting closer to my turn. And she kind of pulls me to the side and says that the interviews is about to be over. Kind of enticing me to get off the line, but she ain't tell that to anybody that was behind me. She just pulled me. You understand? She pulled me to the side and told me that the interviews are about to be over. So we're gonna need everybody to step to the side. So why won't you make an announcement so everybody could hear? Why would you just pull me to the side and tell me so you could get me off the line? Why would you do that?
Yeah.
So now let me tell you how God works. When she pulled me to the side, it made me stand out because she pulled me to the side.
Yeah.
And Peter Molyneux, me and him locked eyes real quick, and he waved to me, and I waved back to him. Said, "Peter, yo, it's an honor to talk to you." So I just went up to him, and he was intrigued by the belt and what I had on, and just the whole look and everything. We started talking, and it was an incredible interview. And a lady came up to me and said, "That interview was the best interview that we had today. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you was there to do it."
Sorry, I'm a piece of shit.
You know what I'm saying? So, but even though she didn't apologize, to me, it wasn't so much about the apology. Just, I want you to understand that whatever you was taught and whatever you may think because of maybe an experience you had, whatever it is, that's not the truth. Whatever you think, that's not the truth. I don't like when people generalize things. If you look at one black person, that means all black people the same. If you look at one white person, all white people the same. If you look at one Indian person, all Indian people the same. It's not like that. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that we share as a culture because the way we came up. There's a lot of things that's just associated with us just because of the way our upbringing. But everybody is not the same. It's an ignorant way to just generalize life, not realizing how uniquely individual and special we all are. That's what makes us amazing when we do actually come together. Right. So I just kind of wanted my actions to teach her a lesson. And it did, because she didn't have to do that. She could have just let me leave. But she personally came to me and said that was the most amazing thing. It was great, and connected with me and everything. So at the end of the day, you know, we can easily be upset and be mad and make a big deal about it, or you could just do your part and let God do his part, and the results can be way better than the damage that you would create because of how you felt.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Like, so you were able just to change perception like that, man.
All you got to do is do your part, and God will take care of the rest. God can do anything, control anything, and God can use anybody for his glory. So at the end of the day, you have to let people be great as well. Like if somebody do something and you get pissed off, you get real mad, you potentially just look, you never know where your blessings can come from. The same person that you can't stand could be the very same person years later that saved your life or saved your kid's life.
That's true.
You never know. If I encourage everybody in the chat, if you get a chance, there's this movie, I think it's called Traffic.
Oh,
and
classic.
I think Ludacris is in it. And yeah, if you would ever watch this movie, Traffic, I would just tell y'all this one scene, and then you watch the whole movie. But there's this one scene where the guy, the police officer, stopped the couple, and the guy
you mean Crash? You mean Crash?
Crash. It was Crash. It was Crash then.
Crash, yeah.
So in Crash, he started doing things to this guy's wife in front of him, and you know he couldn't do nothing. And later on in the movie, that same person that violated this woman is the same person that saved that woman's life because he wound up changing. So life is very crazy, but you have to allow life to be life so you can understand the meaning in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that movie, again, Crash, amazing cast. I mean,
amazing movie, man. Amazing cast, amazing period.
Yeah. Danny Newton, Matt Dillon, Jennifer Esposito, Sandra Bullock, Don Cheadle, Terrence Howard. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Like,
yeah.
Ludacris was in that movie, yes. Michael Pena. I mean, Brandon Fraser, Lawrence Tate.
It's too many. It's too many people.
Too many. Yeah, like I can go on and
Too many
on.
great people. Too many great.
Tony Danza was in there. Like,
who's the boss?
Yep.
Yo, hey.
Yeah. So on that note, wow. I mean, we're gonna have a last part of the interview involving hip hop towards the end of the show, but I wanted to move into some gaming topics. But yo, again, everything so far, fire. I mean, you dropped a lot of gems for us in the chat, a lot of life lessons, a lot of experience, and wow, we're just grateful, man, to soak all this in, man. There's a lot of integrity in that. Just want to let you know that.
Yo, bro, I appreciate it, man. Like I said again, thanks for having me and exposing me to your audience too. So I appreciate it.
For sure. So first things first, in terms of topics, it wasn't the biggest news week, but we did get the Ps5 Teardown, right? A lot of people have been waiting for. They confirmed RDNA 2. We got to take a look at how to install memory. We'll get into memory again in a little bit if we want to, but yeah. Start off hip hop being the guest on the show. What'd you think of that teardown video? I know to you it's probably nothing new that you saw there, but for the coming from the general public gaming perspective, what'd you think about it?
Yo, I thought it was dope. I thought it was to the point, and what I like about it is they highlighted. All right, so let's just take it from the top. The side plates, that's gonna be dope business. Like I'm already thinking about Wu-Tang plates, bro. Like all types of hip hop gamer plate. I'm like hype. So the plates I thought was dope because it's not like the Xbox 360 faceplate where it represented a small part of the system. These plates is the system. Like, it is the system. So it stands out more. So I think it'll be more impactful. So that's one. That's one. The biggest takeaway for me is that fact that they actually went with the liquid metal solution.
Oh, yeah.
They went there. I saw the patent on it. Like, I knew it was coming, but they really did it. Yeah. Now, what gets me excited about this, because I play so much PC and I do so much research and I have so much knowledge of things. what people got to understand is that what Sony did and what that teardown tells me and what it should tell everyone else with the heat sink and everything that they have installed, bro, the performance that PlayStation 5 is going to be able to achieve and actually maintain across the board through long periods of time is game changing. It's over. Like, this is different. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. I can use my PC right now, right? I can have it on all day, play the games and stuff like that. But if it's not cooled properly, you're going to get a lot of hiccups. And you're going to get frame timing issues. You're going to get a lot of stuff. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. That right there is the key. Like that whole, the whole engineering that they did with the liquid metal and the heatsink so that they can run a system at a boosted clock at all times while remaining cool. That means your performance is gonna be not just enhanced, but your performance will be stable like crazy. Like like that right there, I think was the most surprising and shocking to me that they actually went with the liquid metal decision. And I still don't know how they got a system to be $399 with the stuff that they put in it. I don't know. I just don't know how they did it. It's very impressive. The engineer is very, very impressive. So I liked it, but I wish that there was a video or a follow-up video from Sony that made you understand why those parts are important. You know, why is the fan being bigger? How does this engineering affect gameplay and why game developers are excited about the way this is engineered for how their games are going to perform? I wish they would have did something like that because it kind of comes off like the Road to PS5 video where it was for developers, not the general public. So a lot of things they said went over everybody's head. Like nobody knew what was going on. So I just wish that they would have had more context on what these things meant. But for somebody like me that has some sort of understanding, this is an incredibly engineered system. It's big like that for a reason. And the performance, and even developers that I spoke to, the performance in PS5 games, just wait. Just wait, bro. Just 30, wait. Because everybody think what they see now is next gen. Like what you see right now, look, Spider-Man, Miles Morales is a next gen game. I'm not saying that it's not a next gen game. Those are next gen titles. Like I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that when you see what next gen can actually do, that's when, like, I hope relationships last long because somebody getting dumped or somebody gonna have to adjust because when I'm gonna tell you this, right? And I'm just gonna make sure my timelines is correct. Right. But this time next year, I would probably say most likely August 2021. If everything is on track, August 2021 is going to be the moment that people understand that next gen, what they really want and what they're looking for, they finally will get. And what I mean by that is I'm talking about photo realism, start to finish in video games. And when I mean photorealism, if you don't believe me, I'm going to tell y'all right now, go to Quixel. Look at Quixel. I've been talking about Quixel since December 2019. Look at Quixel. And when you see what that is, you will understand completely what next gen is all about. That's it.
Big facts.
Wow, that was quite a take. And when you say that August 2021, are we talking a title or what we will be seeing like in terms of preview? What will they be showing at that?
Titles. Multiple titles. Titles.
Be testing the real hardware by then. With
titles. Okay. Matter of fact, in terms of like from a standpoint of Xbox, with some of the games you're gonna see over there, get ready. Mine gonna be blown. Even on the Xbox side, mine's gonna be blown. But there's a title in particular, and if my timeline is correct, August 2021, you will listen. Put like this. Like we spoke about the title today. Like we briefly spoke about the title today. And when you see this title again, you're gonna be like, yo, how was they able to make this like photorealistic? And when you see when you 2021 is gonna be that moment when everybody's gonna be like, yo, all right, this is.
You're not talking about Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Put like this: Horizon Zero Dawn will look better than what we saw already.
Okay.
Facts.
Horizon, that trailer is mind-boggling.
Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
Okay. It looks better.
Horizon
looks better.
Even though there's not a topic per se, I did want to get, since I know you have some insight on both sides. With this whole Bethesda purchase, I think Microsoft, at least when it comes to mindshare in the gaming, they gained a lot of ground, right? Because people are like, okay, we're not maybe happy with what you're doing right now, but people are happy about the potential of what this purchase means. I do want to get your insight and / opinion on that. Do you think that's Microsoft dropping the people's elbow on PlayStation in terms of like, because we all know that console launches are always start off kind of rocky and then they start to fill out as the generation goes on. So yeah, what do you think Microsoft's advantage is going forward?
Oh, Microsoft's advantage going forward is the cloud. Period. Mm-hmm. Period. Like this is like what I keep telling people, man. Microsoft almost got rid of Xbox. Like they could care less about the Xbox division if it's not, making them money and being valuable for them in terms of, cost to revenue ratio and stuff like that. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Azure is 65% of Microsoft's entire business. And the fact that my bad. The game is on. The Laker game is on. So I thought like they just did something crazy. But anyway, sorry about that. So go ahead. Yo, let's keep it real. So, but let me tell you what happened, right? Real talk. Azure is no joke. When Sony did that partnership with Microsoft, it's all in line to make sure that like Google Stadia and Amazon is at bay. Fact. Period. Microsoft cloud gaming is their future. See, here's the problem. I want to give y'all some insight on cloud gaming. Cloud gaming is not what you think it is, like back in the day in 2012 and 2013 when On Live was around and they trying to figure it out and it's just streaming. No. Cloud, there's a lot of technology in cloud gaming that people don't even realize that they're using. For example, you see how what's the name? When you see like PS2 on PS4 and they got the trophies now in PS2 games and you could download PS2 games from PS Now, it's all cloud technology. All cloud technology. So I could play think about it. I could play PS2 games on my PS4 via PS Now and it's not streamed.
Yep.
Like cloud technology is much more than what people think. SharePlay on PlayStation. How I can literally give you my controller and you can just play the game even though you don't own it and you didn't have to download it via SharePlay. That's an old
feature too.
It's an old feature, cloud technology. Like cloud technology, in terms of certain broadcasting features, like when you want to stream and do certain things for your audience. All cloud technology, all of it. Data in this cloud, all of it. So it's not just about playing the game stream. There's so much more to cloud gaming. And what a lot of people don't understand and realize is that cloud gaming has changed so much over the years. Like, think about this for a second. PlayStation 3 came out in 2006, right?
Yep.
PlayStation 4 started development in 2008. Okay? PlayStation Now, Gaikai didn't get purchased until 2012.
Facts.
So just a little taste of Gaikai was able to be a part of PS4. They spent. Adam Boy said it best when I had Adam Boys on the show. Adam Boy said the tools and the network that they have at their disposal for PlayStation 5 and just next generation overall is light years ahead of what they ever had in the history of game development. They literally took 8 years to figure out how to make every single element better to their ecosystem of gaming, game development, cloud technology, and all. Like, watch. I'm telling you. Like, everybody they gonna lose their mind. They gonna lose their mind because everybody think they know, but they have no idea what's really happening.
I know you said on Throwdown before that they're still not saying a lot of stuff, which is kind of weird to you, like that they're waiting for like right before launch.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff. Yo, the UI is extremely fast, bleedingly fast. And remember, the UI was created from the ground up for PS5. It's completely new. Everything's revamped. The PlayStation Store is revamped. PlayStation Now is revamped. The UI is revamped. You want to know why they always revamped? Because in order for them to put the new technology that they're putting in there and stuff, they had to start from the ground up to do the things that they really want to do and accomplish. They couldn't just do a minor upgrade or a mid-tier upgrade. Like, they couldn't treat it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is completely different. Like, for example, like today they had a big announcement on backwards compatibility, right? So if you look at backwards compatibility, huh?
No, so we were just about to jump into that. That's the next topic.
All right. Okay, cool.
You're good, bro.
Yeah, all right, cool. So with backwards compatibility, right? They had a big update today, and it was crazy. Like, they talked about so much stuff, and they finally confirmed the whole 99% and what games will work, what games won't work, and all this other stuff. Right now, what people don't understand is that the way backwards compatibility used to be done was system on a chip. They just had the systems built into the new systems. That was it. That was like true backwards compatibility, what it used to be. But as everything changes. Everything is different. So now you have the PS4 and the PS4 Pro and backwards compatibility modes, right? So a lot of people didn't understand what Sony was talking about when he was discussing this with the road to PS5. What that means is if you turn on your computer right now, right, you have a compatibility mode where I could be running Windows 10, but I can also run Windows 8 in compatibility mode, Windows 7 in compatibility mode. So it's the technology now is they're able to take a PS5 system and emulate PS4 and emulate PS4 Pro as a whole. You understand what I'm saying? So this PS5 is a PS4. The PS5 is a PS4 Pro. That's the difference. So when Mark Cerny was talking about when if a cost down comes through or whatever it is, they don't have to worry about losing backwards compatibility like they did with PS3 because one is built off the same architecture, but now with new technology, they can do it different ways. And with the boost mode that they was talking about, they can naturally make games better without developers having to do any code, like do any coding to it. It's just naturally done at the system level. And then when it comes to PS Now and stuff like that, that's PS Now. And I wish I had a thing I could show y'all. But even back in 2013, when David Perry was talking about it, he was like, "Yo, PS3 is not natively supported on PS4, but with cloud technology, we're able to have PS1, PS2, PS3, and PS4 on all systems, no problem." And stuff like that. This is all the stuff that they've been working on, and they spoke about this many years ago. And stuff like that. So that's go ahead.
No, I was going to say there's actually a comment earlier in the show. Someone wanted to ask you a question about that, and I guess how I would kind of ask you that question in context of what you're talking about right now is something everyone's been wondering, and I'm sure you noticed this too on the road to PS5 when they were going over the backwards compatibility list and they showed the graphic, there were like some slots underneath that could have easily fit PS1, 2, and 3. So is that just like the thing that we're waiting to hear, that we can play PS1, 2, and 3 on PS Now? Because I think when you add that to PS Now, that makes it a huge thing, you know, compared to Game Pass, where it's like, well, hey, you got the whole PlayStation library available on the PS5, you know, if buts or whatever about it, you know. So
it's a stunner.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put y'all on something. I'm gonna put y'all on something right now, because like I said, what I'm speaking on is stuff that was shown to me. Remember, I made a video January 1st, 2020. You know what I'm saying, about this stuff, right? So when Jim Ryan made the statement about not being backwards compatible, you know, that far, in my mind I was like, that's different, because y'all already confirmed PS Now. And not only did y'all confirm PS Now, y'all confirmed how y'all doubling down on it. Y'all doing all this other stuff. Like, I already know what's going on. So when he said that, it was a contradiction to what I saw and what I was shown and told. And it was also a contradiction to what was said, because we all know what PS Now is about. So I'm like, something ain't right here. So then I was like, okay, now I get it. It makes sense, because when you think about backwards compatibility, you think about the architecture. Like PS4 and PS5 is built off x86 architecture. So they are able to be backwards compatible directly simply because of the architecture, right? But everybody that's in the chat, and even y'all, go check out this VM called Qemu. And Qemu, I think it's Quemu, Qemu. And Qemu, you can do virtual machines with every architecture. x86, PowerPC, which is based off the PS3 and the 360. Every architecture can be done.
So it's a free open source emulator. That's what it is, right? And virtualizer.
Yeah, boom. You see how the VM is. So now with PS Now, right? Then you got to ask yourself, with PS Now, even right now, how is it? Because even in one of the articles, they talked about how the reason why you can't download PS3 games right now on PS Now is because it's not natively supported on PS4. But that's interesting, because it's natively supported I guess it's not natively supported with PS2, but you can download PS2 games there. You know what I'm saying? Why is that? So you start to see that something ain't right here, right? So so I'm gonna give you a little insight. If you look at something like a parsec, are y'all familiar with parsec?
Yes, it's space travel.
Yeah. So like with parsec, right? Let's say I shared my computer, and when I shared my computer, let's say I shared my, let's just say I shared my PS2 emulator on parsec. Everybody that goes to my parsec computer that I allow into it have access to everything that I have. It's as if it's theirs, right at home. They can do whatever they want, play whatever they want, and it's instant. And what's so funny is they don't own it. They don't have to download it or nothing. They just have to access the VM. That's it. Like, it's nothing else. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, a lot of the patents that y'all seen all these years, a lot of these patents is continuations from things that already exist. Already existed before that they was working on. That's one. And there was one patent where they actually showed a PS1, a PS2, and a PS3, and then a thin client. And then they had a catalog. Like, they had catalogs of all the games from each generation of console, like on the side in the game library for the VM. So what I'm just trying to say is, like, all the information is out there, but they haven't talked about a lot of stuff yet. There's still a lot of stuff that they haven't talked about. We haven't even seen the create button in action. Like, there's so many things that they haven't shown. So what I'm just trying to say is, PS Now has been revamped in a major way. For example, PS Now originally was built with 8 custom PS3s on one server blade in the cloud, and boom, that's how you got PS Now. All that stuff is over. That's gone. That's changed. Put like this: they just announced that you can't even buy PS3 games on the PlayStation Store. You can't even yo, I'm telling you, I can't wait.
Switch up. I just wanted to point out the graphic we do have up on right now is so with the whole backwards compatibility talk, we know that over 4,000 plus games will be making your way. So if you have a PlayStation 4 game, it will work on your PS5. No ifs, buts, Heard nothing about it. Now, it was released today, a very short list, and I'm gonna just, because it's so short, I'm gonna actually go through the whole list of the games that won't be coming to PS5. So we're gonna do a RIP for them, but I'm just gonna go through the list. If anyone knows, call them out. DWVR, Afro Samurai 2, Revenge of Kuma, Volume 1.
I like that game, man.
It's not coming to PS5, sorry to tell you. TT Isle of Man, Just Deal With It, Shadow Complex Remastered, Robinson The Journey, We Sing, Hitman Go Definitive Edition, Shadow 1, and Joe's Driver. Those are the only games not coming to PS5 from the PS4. Besides that, everything is coming. And they said the top 100 games by playtime on the PS4 will be utilizing the PS5's boost mode the hip hop was just talking about. So just wanted to put that out there for any, had wonders or questions about PS5. Based on what hip hop is saying and what, a lot of people have been assuming too, we may finally be getting all those games, all that back compatibility, all those old games that you left back.
Because you have to understand it's not designed to be the same as the way it was. Like everything changes. Like even when it comes to backwards compatibility, the backwards compatibility in Xbox is not the backwards compatibility that we known about back in the day. Is not the same anymore. So even Nintendo has Virtual Console. It's the same thing. It's just it's the next generation of how they're going to handle backwards compatibility. Even what's the name from Ubisoft? Eve was talking about how he's extremely impressed with the way they're doing backwards compatibility for next generation because it's a way to conserve the old games like new again. And I'm telling you, like that's why everybody's even right now. A lot of people's talking a lot of stuff, and I'm like, okay, a lot of this stuff is not going to age well. But a lot of stuff is not going to age well. But it is what it is. Like I said, Sony's going to roll out whatever they roll out, however they want to do it. But the point I'm trying to make is the whole idea of backwards compatibility is being able to play your old games. The moment PS Now was confirmed for PlayStation 5, first of all, you should understand that. Why would they have to confirm that? That should be something that's normal. Like, why would you have to confirm that? But you confirm it because there's new things that they've done with it, and they want to show you how it works with the PS5. It's not what you know of right now. There's a reason why you have a higher level of Bluetooth. There's a reason why you have a higher level of Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? Built on these systems. Like, it's a lot there that we still don't know and haven't seen, but it's happening, and I just can't wait for everybody to see it. And I know it's just put like this. I know it's just a game, and a lot of people saying that it's Easter eggs because of the Astral Playroom and all the stuff that's in Astral's Playroom when you see it, and all the nods to the generation and stuff like that. But it's more to it than just a so-called Easter egg, and I'm gonna leave it at that. If there's any other questions, that people got, let's go. And I want people to keep in mind, this is not my first time saying things and a company will say something otherwise, and then later on I want to be right, because it happened with Bungie, it happened with Insomniac Games when I said to everybody that Insomniac is not making games only for PlayStation, they're going to be making games for 360, and then Fuse comes out. Boom. Then I said the same thing with Bungie. I'm like, Bungie is not staying with Xbox, they going multi-platform. Destiny. So boom.
Yep. Well, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. Do you think in terms of Microsoft first party output, we're gonna see some great things coming up?
Yes.
With this Halo fiasco, I hope they make Halo what it should be. I hope.
Well, I think Halo's gonna play great. I don't doubt that. I think it's gonna play great. I just knew that see, here's the problem.
343.
When you talk about being the most powerful system, and it's all words and no action, that's what hurt them. That's what hurt them. All the stuff that they were saying and talk about did not add up to what was shown, and that was the issue. So Halo got a lot of work to do. You talked about the velocity architecture. And we see like a bunch of popping, a whole lot of popping all day. Talked about like, we got 12 teraflops. That never mattered. because you got Xbox One X got more teraflops than PS4 Pro, and there's nothing on Xbox that look better than God of War. Nothing. Nothing. Not better than Spider-Man, especially not better than Last of Us 2. Mm-hmm. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at the end of the day, Microsoft did that to themselves because they were speaking based off what we see on paper, not what we see on screen. And that was their problem. Yeah, same thing with Sony. Like, you didn't say, you led us to believe that Miles Morales was only going to be on PS5 for the reasons that you stated. Now it's on PS4. It's no problem because the game still looks like a PS5 game. Like, about that game looked insane. So we good with that. But, just be upfront.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. I do hope that they, with these new purchases and with the initiative, we still don't know what they're working on. I hope they crank out something good because competition is great for both sides. It always pushes everyone. But yeah, man, I see how I look at it. Being, and I wear my bias on my sleeve. I'm a gamer of all sorts, but I do prefer PlayStation. It was my first console. I've had every system since. I got the Fat Boy Team Blue. I got the Fat Boy 60 gigabyte sitting to my right of me right now. So yeah, like as much as the console war stuff is fun. We keep it gaming. I love Halo 3, Halo 2, one of my favorite Xbox experiences. Last generation, and we like to talk to sometimes, under and I'm sure you have way more insight on this. Before Phil Spencer, the name is escaping me. Who was running Xbox?
You talking about Don Matrick?
Don Matrick, thank you. Yes. How he had a little bit different approach with Xbox when it comes to like marketing, how they were last generation, they were scooping up a bunch of third-party exclusive deals. I mean, we almost saw Scalebound for the Xbox One, never came out. So yeah, I mean, I feel like we're looking at definitely about a different Xbox today than what we saw last generation, because last generation we saw every commercial for a video game was Xbox 360,
Right.
Even esports competitions,
Yep.
It was mainly Xbox at one point. Now the game has changed.
Yep. Yeah, and I love it. I love it because I love competition, and to me, like, what PlayStation did that, in my opinion, that I feel was so smart is they focused so heavily on community-based things. Like with their approach to everything, they made sure that they wanted to get the community involved so they could feel like they're a part of it. That's one. Two, they wanted to make sure that they was able to create a certain level of value, and they wanted to make sure that their exclusives always reign supreme. So no matter what anybody else did, you still needed a PlayStation. I think those three things, they was great, and their messaging was incredible. I just think in the PS4 era, their messaging was incredible. Right now, their messaging is a little off. It's not as good as it could have been. It's not bad, but it's not what it was. And I don't like that, because you know how it is. When you know better, you do better. So when you start seeing mistakes that shouldn't be there, you kind of question who's in charge or what's going on. I know they hired a new advertising team and stuff like that. So I don't know what's happening there, but what I do know is a lot of questions that people was asking, they shouldn't have had to ask. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sony should have been able to tell you something, and that's what it is. So that's what I think. It makes it seem like you got something to hide, but you can't hide for too long because November 12th is around the corner. So that's what it is.
I do want to make a quick shout out to whoever was running Sony's advertising team for the PS3. Do you guys remember the creepy baby commercial?
Oh man, I don't know what they was doing with that. That was crazy. That was ridiculous. I don't like, who decided to go? Sometimes I wonder who's in the boardroom meetings, yo.
But they did have some good commercials. I actually sent one to our group chat earlier. Do you remember the commercial where you got like all the exclusive first party exclusive games are all in like a room? You see Snake in there, you see Kratos, and they're all played out by different actors. I love that ad, man. That ad, when I see it, that really gives me like, oh, okay, yeah, this kind of reaffirms why I play on this console, because it just, again, like it's about the game. People can talk specs all day, which don't get me wrong, specs are great. You know, technology moving forward is great. I love it. But like you said, that sense of community and that sense of just like games do the talking. I love to use when people were talking hella specs, I love to use Nintendo. I'm like, look, Nintendo's using a chipset that is it's a tablet chipset, right? It's the NVIDIA. Yeah, exactly. The Tegra platform. And look, all they're doing is dropping hits. They're dropping exclusive hits. Oh, you want to play Mario? Guess what? It's still $60. You want to play Zelda? It's still $60. A 3-year-old game is still $60 because we put our money where our mouth is, right? And they're doing great, right? Switch has been killing it in sales since it dropped. So again, man, I think Microsoft definitely needs to take a play from that book, and hopefully with all these purchases, again, these games aren't made overnight, so hopefully with these purchases, something comes into fruition. A couple games I'm looking forward to. I know Microsoft has they have a deal, Elden Ring. Who knows what that game can be? I mean, Starfield. But again, PlayStation, we just know for a fact. God of War, there's going to be a sequel. We know about Horizon already. I mean, I know it's some stuff that we don't know. There's some things I can't even speak on, bro. I wish I could, but I can't. But I'm gonna tell you right now, son. Next year, 2021. That's when, and I'm talking about for both sides, like for Xbox and PlayStation.
Oh, man,
it's gonna be immaculate. Immaculate.
We're gonna get you back on to talk about it in the future. Maybe that time. I mean, we'll try to get you on as whenever we can, man. But we definitely want to have you back on, man, and look back at this episode and be like, remember when I told y'all that?
Yeah. Yep.
We'll pull the clips and everything.
Yeah. Nah, that'll be dope. I'm really, like I said, man, I really think that people are gonna be surprised with the way Sony goes about VR. I really think that they figured out even better way to get more people involved with VR, and I can't wait for I just can't wait for everybody to see what's happening. I just can't.
So would you say they cornered the market at this point?
Oh, like not only did they corner the market, they're gonna dominate the market.
It's gonna be like the standard, like how right now everyone's saying Oculus is the standard. You think so? You're saying, oh,
yes,
you heard it here.
Yes. Listen. Like the next VR, like the way they're doubling down on it. See, here's what a lot of people on the outside looking in don't pay attention to. You have to pay attention to case studies. You have to pay attention to data in terms of usership. Like there's if you go to you know what? I'm gonna prove my point just like this. I'm gonna ask y'all a question right now. Right? What's bigger, Xbox Game Pass or PlayStation Now?
Game Pass.
You know what? I hear Game Pass more, but I know PlayStation Now has been around longer and been doing what Game Pass been doing for a while now. And I do know that PlayStation Now does have more games than Game Pass.
My question is, what PS Now, like what's bigger, PS Now or Game Pass? When I mean bigger, I'm talking about what is the bigger like product and stuff like that, like the bigger product in the industry right now.
Oh, like the better product?
No, the bigger product in terms of impact.
Oh, impact. I'll say Game Pass at this point.
Okay,
I'll say Game Pass.
Do everybody say Game Pass?
I don't. But I want to hear everyone else's opinion. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say Game Pass because it has like those beta features like xCloud. You know, they're getting the Bethesda library. You can play it on Android, and they announced that they're going to be on iOS soon through a web app.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like a native app, it's going to be through a web app, which is kind of interesting.
It's so funny that you said a web app because that ties into what I was talking about with cloud gaming and other stuff you could do that people don't even realize you can do. But
yeah, that's pretty
but-
nuts.
but
What do you think?
here's what I'm say. PS Now is way bigger than Game Pass.
Oh damn, mic drop.
Way bigger. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay. PlayStation Now owns 52% of the entire cloud gaming market.
Are we talking in terms of active users? Are we talking?
I'm talking about revenue generating.
Okay.
52% of the market is owned by PS Now. And this is what I'm talking about. A lot of people don't pay attention to the back end of the data and all this other stuff that's going on. They look at listen, Game Pass has 15 million subscribers, right? Half of them came in at $1.
Facts. That is what I'm always telling these guys. The dollar deal is big.
Like, you have to understand, a lot of people are just changing email addresses to be able to continue their dollar for years. So when you, like, I'm a journalist, bro. Like, when you look at, you can't take, and this is for Xbox Play, this is anybody. If somebody tell you something and it's not matching up all the way, you got to do your own research to find out what's happening, and you got to know where to look. You got to know who to talk to. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you right now, you got to know the people that's not under NDA. You got to know the people that is under NDA. Like, you have, this is different. I'm in a whole different league in how I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to tell you is with PlayStation Now, they own 52% of the market, and they only have 2.2 million subscribers, and that's growing. PS Plus collection is a killer move. It's a dangerous competitive move because for them to do that, they about to really take the same reason why PS3 was able to come back and beat 360 globally was because of exclusive titles. And out the gate for the beginning of the generation, PlayStation is utilizing all their exclusives in a collection that already has over 40 million people attached to it.
Message.
Oh my
AAA games.
Message.
Ridiculous. Now, here's the second thing that you got to pay attention to, and I hope the chat is enjoying this too. Check this out. The second thing that you got to pay attention to when it comes to PS Now owning that level of market share with only 2.2 million people. The moment Sony decides to say, you know what? Let's just roll PS Now into PS Plus as our ultimate option. That 2.2 million subscribers become over 40 million overnight, just with that one move. So you got a bigger market share. You got a bigger market share. You got more users, but not only that, companies are now making money off of how much time is being played on these games. The reason why Game Pass is doing what it's doing, they still got more money to be made, but the reason why Game Pass is doing what it's doing and investing the way it's investing is because of discoverability of games that normally won't get the attention, but the infograph on how many hours, how many billions and billions of hours are logged in. They make money by how much and how long you play the game. They don't even talk about that layer of business model. Bro, I'm telling you,
No, there's levels.
Different.
Yeah, there's levels to it.
Different. So I'm just trying to get you out of the game, bro. It's a whole different aspect on how Microsoft is playing. Microsoft don't care about console wars. They don't care about it. What Microsoft wants to do is to be like, look, if you're gonna buy games on PlayStation, I want to make money off PlayStation. How I'm gonna do that? Okay, I'm gonna make money off the cloud situation. Boom. That's one, right? Secondly, I'm gonna make money. If you want to buy certain games on PlayStation for $70, fine. I'm gonna make money there too, because I'm gonna make sure I can own as many companies as I can that these games end up on. Boom. Like Microsoft, they're playing a different game, and I love it. I love it. Crazy and it's smart.
Yeah. So I mean, we've talked about it on this show a lot, man, because we always speculate, especially me. You know, I always say that, you know, Microsoft, they want to be like the Disney Plus of gaming. You know, like, you know how like Disney Plus acquired all these studios, the Fox movie studios, and, you know, Pixar, Marvel, and the Star and Lucasfilms. You know what I mean? And in order for you to watch all these things now, you have to buy, you have to subscribe to the DC, the Disney Plus app. You know what I mean? And, you see HBO Max with doing the same thing. They have DC Universe. They have all these other studios.
South Park.
Yeah, South Park now and things like that. Do you see, we always say, and I want to know if you agree with this, do you see Xbox and Microsoft, going that same route where they're going to become some sort of app-based thing that's going to be, in the TV, or like something that's going to be even maybe possibly in the future, depending on how this goes, on a downloadable thing for Sony, for PlayStation?
Yes. Period. Yes. Like, you have to watch, one, you have to follow the money. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's one. Two, you have to watch what's valuable for longevity of a company and what they're investing in. So I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, you see how there's a lot of articles with patents, right? Talking about all the stuff they're doing. So here's what I wanted to tell y'all when it comes to patents and everything. Every company, Samsung, Sony, Microsoft, Amazon, Google, LG, Chase Bank, you name them, every company in every industry is going all in on the cloud, period. And all these companies are looking for a gaming ability in some sort to have value in their business model, because gaming is the number one form of engagement in the world of entertainment, period. So every company is looking to adopt some sort of gaming element so they can use it to sell their products and to sell their brand, and so they can increase brand value along with their financial value. This is going to make their stock prices go up, which is going to allow them to reinvest in more things so they can stay in their longevity, so they can stay in the green for longevity. Mm-hmm. So you have to look at everything. Like I try to tell people, everybody's looking at PlayStation and Xbox. Bro, I'm looking at, like, I'll give you an example. I be looking at NBA and what the NBA is doing. You know what I'm saying? I be looking at Kevin Durant and certain moves that he be making. Like, I look at everything and everybody and what they're doing, because I'm telling you, everybody talks to everybody. Microsoft and Sony talk to each other all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, in our world as gamers, we have our debates and all this other stuff, and it's fun, it's cool. But where the big boys and the big girls play, they got whole different conversations. So what I do is I study both sides. And because I study both sides, I may look crazy to one side and look crazy on the other side. But at the end of the day, when I speak, it all makes sense to both sides. Mm-hmm. I get all the info. I get all the information, bro. I'm telling you, it's serious. So I'm excited about everything that's happening. And I'm just telling you, pay attention. Microsoft did a partnership with GameStop.
I saw that.
Yeah, nobody saw that. Nobody saw that company. Nobody saw that coming, right? Why do you think they did? Why do you think they did that? You know, Microsoft is playing different. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen. I used to be a partner. I used to be a partner with GameStop, bro. Like, I already know what and what I'm trying to tell people too is, like, I would say something and it won't happen for like 3 or 4 years. But you got to understand, y'all could just hear about something today that was in the works for like 4 years. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah, these things take time.
It's new to the people that just hearing about it. It ain't new to us. Like, that's why I be laughing when I be hearing certain people say stuff, because I be like, I know you don't know what you talking about. You know what I mean? And then, and don't get me wrong. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right about every single thing, because things change and I could be wrong about stuff. But I'm right about a lot of things. And for example, I was the first one to break the story on remakes. And remasters and remakes. I did a story on N4G in like 2009 saying that Halo HD remake is coming. Final Fantasy 7, Halo HD remaster is coming. Final Fantasy remake is coming. I've been talking about these things since the N4G days when I was on there. You understand? And for a whole generation, what did you see? Remasters. And now what do you start to see now? Remakes. Everything that I've been saying. And you got to remember, developers talk to me all the time. because they actually enjoy me. I build friendships and relationships with everybody that I work with, even from a business. My business deals is not based on business. It's based on friendships first. And then we figure out the business. Because if we don't have a good foundation as actually being friends and being brothers and sisters in this, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to last long. Because our relationship is only as good as the dollar. And if it's only as good as the dollar, we're going to have ups and downs. And if our relationship is based on that, I don't need it. So when you see me with Michael Pacto or doing business deals with whoever, know that there's a genuine friendship there. And we built on it. So that's why it's going to last, and Lord willing, it'll be permanent. So yeah, I'm telling you, I'm different, B. Let's get it.
I'm with it.
Get it. This has been crazy. We're already over the 2 hour mark, so I was, usually that's right. we take it 2 hours, but damn, hip hop, we definitely need to get you back on, man, sometime, man.
I'll come back. Put like this. How about we do this? Right? Because there's some news that I know.
Oh damn.
So there's some news that I know. So let's revisit these conversations, if y'all have me back on as a guest in like March, GDC time, around that time, we should definitely talk again around that time. GDC time. GDC time is gonna be a beautiful time.
Oh, bet.
It's
also, I just wanted to say that make that happen. Also, I just want to say Miami up on the half right now.
I ain't worried about that, man. LeBron the Kings, man. You know what I mean? It's not about the first 24. It's about the last 24.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Let's get it.
Yo, that's a lot of insight. We only 4 weeks away from next gen. For me, and I know a lot of you too. This is some of the most exciting times of gaming right before the console.
Yes, man. Yo, do y'all got one? Was y'all all able to get PS5s?
I got my PS5.
Yeah, I got one.
Yo, I got two, bro. I'm hyped.
You got two? Oh my god.
Gotta make sure
son.
It comes through.
Trip, do you get a PS5?
No, you know damn well I ain't getting no PS5.
That's an Xbox right there. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
You know damn well.
No, wait. Y'all should have brought this up before. Y'all should have brought this up before 12 mark. Wait, what? I don't understand what the energy is like right here. You said you're not getting it because
no, I'll eventually get it. I'll get it, but that's way down the line.
Wait, you know what? Wait, what's up with you with PS5? Like, you don't like it? Like, let's go. Like, talk to me.
Oh no, yeah. I've been Xbox all my life, bro. I don't know. I've always hated the controllers. I'm more of a multiplayer game type. I don't know. I honestly, I got an Xbox because of Halo. That is why I have an Xbox. If you guys had the Halo title, I'd play PlayStation, but it's on Xbox.
Okay, so my question to you is, do you have a PS4?
No, I've never had a PlayStation system.
Okay, so if you never had a PlayStation system, you're not qualified to talk about it. That's what I was figuring out. That's what I was trying to figure out. Because anybody that's a gamer, and this ain't a fanboy thing, I like console war thing. I'm just trying to be real. Anybody that's a gamer, like when I was younger, I wanted Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I didn't just want one and didn't want another. I wanted everything. I wanted everything because I'm a gamer. But I knew what my preference was because I experienced everything. So for you to say that you're not getting a PlayStation 5 and you rocking with Xbox, but you never even experienced the PlayStation, or you never had a PlayStation system, then out of respect, you're not qualified to speak on something that you never experienced. And the sad thing about it is with what you experienced on Xbox, that's your ceiling. And that's sad because if you want to see technology go to a further plateau in gaming, I can guarantee you that there's games on PlayStation that do things that Microsoft has never done. Period. And I can prove it. I can prove everything I'm saying. So
before everything not having a PlayStation before, it was more of a money thing. Now it's just I'll eventually get a PlayStation 5, but I'm not getting it right away.
Okay, now that's cool. But the question is, Xbox, like, I know you say you love Halo. So what I'm trying to figure out is what about Xbox makes you love Xbox over PlayStation, considering you never had the PlayStation experience. So I'm just trying to understand your
controllers, and majority of the people that I know that I play with all have Xbox.
Okay, so you don't like the PlayStation controller?
Oh, never have.
Never have.
If I could get an Xbox controller and it worked for like an Xbox shaped controller, but it worked for PlayStation, I guarantee you I'd have a PlayStation. 100%.
Okay, so two things. One, I'm a partner with Logitech, and Logitech owns Astro Gaming, and Astro has a C40 controller.
They still got one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Xbox shaped?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. That's one. And two, you can use the USB dongle, so you can use the Xbox controller on PlayStation if you want to, because they have.
Get the fuck out of here! No way.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. They have USB dongles that allows you to use whatever controller you want on either system. Since last generation, you could do that.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, you can use Xbox controllers on PS3.
That's serious shit right there.
Yeah, there's a USB dongle that you plug in, and it reads the Xbox controller for PlayStation. And if you're on your Xbox and you want a PlayStation controller, you put that same USB in, and it reads your PlayStation controller as an Xbox controller on the Xbox. So either way, you can use your controller. So that's no.
Damn. So I didn't know that. That's brand new. That's new.
So we just eliminated that. Then the second part was your friends play on Xbox. Well, I consider myself a friend now, especially after talking to you for 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So now you got a friend, and I'm pretty sure you got friends on the podcast with you, and even people in the chat that wouldn't mind playing a game with you that got a PlayStation as well. That's two. And three, there's a reason why over 50 more million people have a PlayStation over the Xbox right now. So I'm just keeping it a buck all day.
I've never been the type to follow crowds. I've always followed what I like. That's all, Nah,
that's cool. I respect that. But see, that's a contradiction right there. Because you just said you're gonna play where your friends is at, but then turn around and say that you just gonna play what you like and do what you want to do. So are you playing Xbox because of your friends, which you just admitted to, or are you gonna try a PlayStation and so-called be by yourself and just try it out? Because I'm just going off what you're saying. This
guy. Okay. I see you.
I want to play devil's advocate real quick.
You can play devil's advocate all you want. You will always lose because the devil can never beat my God. So let's go.
Okay. The expression. I just wanted to be on the other side. So not just for a thought study, let's say. So if you were someone right now who, let's say, and I know multiple people like this who maybe only have experienced, and vice versa. I know people who've only been on PlayStation who've never even experienced Xbox to see what they're about too. So I guess what I'll ask you is like, what do you think PlayStation does different than Xbox? If I'm coming in as a neutral gamer, I maybe am not informed too much on either side. What would make me go one way versus the other? Or like, I guess what I'm asking you is like, why would I get an Xbox over a PlayStation versus a PlayStation over an Xbox? Because if I only got $500 in my pocket and I can't afford both, you know what I'm saying?
What's going to make you choose a PlayStation over Xbox? Okay, cool. So the first thing is games. PlayStation, in my opinion, has the better exclusives and a better wide variety of those exclusives, and they have better relationships with game developers that allows them to have better exclusives and better deals within those games, and the fact that they have exclusives. And when you have exclusives, you get the most out of the system that you're purchasing because they have developers that specifically designed to get the most out of those systems, whereas on Xbox, you don't, because their games is everywhere. So there's a difference there in terms of how you're going to maximize the system that you're investing in. So that's one. Two, features. For example, the share play feature that I spoke about before. So imagine you getting a system, right? And you playing a game with your friends. And let's say your friends got games that you don't got. You can play those games even though you don't own them, and you don't have to download them via share play. And that's any game. So let's say you just got the latest 2K and I wasn't able to get it. I can still play it, and I can play against you via multiplayer even though I don't own the game and I don't have to download it because of that one feature. that one feature alone is an exclusive PlayStation feature. That joint is groundbreaking. Okay, so features in total. 3, VR. I can experience things that I just simply can't experience on Xbox. And once you experience VR and you get the hang of it, it's a whole new way to play games. So that's another reason why I would tell you to get that. And then 4, PlayStation has more marketing deals with games than Xbox do. So if I'm playing Call of Duty and The Division and certain games, I'm going to get access to things way before anybody else will get access to those things. That's just 4 games. That's just 4 things that I mentioned. And it's all valid.
So do we play Ether now or later?
You know what I'm saying? Actually, don't play Ether. You play the Takeover because that was better.
Oh,
and I'm from Brooklyn.
You made it
from Brooklyn.
You made it. Yo.
You spit hot bars.
You just made their motherfucking day, yo.
Thank you.
Yo, bro, I appreciate y'all. I do this though, man. I do this. Like
we've been trying to show him the light for so long.
Yeah, I'm just being honest. And then the 5th thing, just to drop a bomb on it, you don't technically you need a PlayStation. You don't need an Xbox because everything on Xbox I can play on my PC. So I don't even need an Xbox, but you need a PlayStation. There's a difference. So let me ask you. So let me ask you a question. Who you are as a person? Would you rather be wanted or would you rather be needed, or both?
Needed, of course.
All right then. So just like air, we need air to breathe to live. You need PlayStation to do what I just said. You don't need an Xbox for that.
Hail to the Jeep. Yo, talk your shit, brother.
Just freezing. That was yeah. I mean, and there was no falsities in there. There was no lie. You don't need an Xbox, and I honestly think that's when things started turning around because I was like, I think the last truly exclusive Xbox game was Quantum Break back in 2016. And then it eventually made its way over to PC, but that was like the last one that, this is only on Xbox. So, yeah,
look,
it's
play Cuphead on PlayStation. I can play Ori and the Blind Forest and stuff on Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I said before, you don't need an Xbox.
Yo,
so I'm just keeping it in a buck.
With these new purchases that Microsoft has made, do you think that's going to change the game? Or I don't think by any means Elder Scrolls is not coming.
Listen. Let me explain something to y'all, right? And I spoke with Adam Boyes about this too, right? So Microsoft owns ZeniMax, and they bought it for $7.5 billion, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct.
Microsoft owns Mojang, right? They bought that for $2.5 billion, correct?
Yeah.
Correct.
Mojang does Minecraft. Can I play Minecraft everywhere? Yes or no?
You can play Minecraft on your Samsung smart refrigerator.
All time.
And can I and not just the Minecraft of old, but also the new Minecraft that just came out, Dungeons. I can play that everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft makes money everywhere with that game. It's not just Xbox; they make money everywhere.
They're all about the money. That's what it's all about with Microsoft.
Okay, so at the end of the day, the same deal that you saw with Microsoft buying Mojang and stuff like that, they just did the same thing with ZeniMax. Now, here's the thing that I'm gonna tell y'all, right? If I ask Phil Spencer straight up and say, "Hey, look, with this deal that you just invested in, can you officially on the record say that these games will never come to PlayStation systems?" Can you say that? No. And I get a response saying, well, on a case-by-case basis, we think that, all right, you just gave me the answer. I'm telling you right now, and this is just from business. I ain't talking console wars and fanboys hype. I'm talking about straight business and stuff like that. However they decide to do it, even if it's time exclusive, however they decide to do it, these games are going to end up being on PlayStation because, one, you don't want to alienate an audience that helped you grow to be as big as you are, to be worth the money that was spent to acquire you in the first place. You understand what I'm talking about? You don't want to ruin that relationship. And let me tell you something. We've seen this happen before. When Insomniac tried to go exclusive to Xbox with Sunset Overdrive, things ain't pop off right. Come back home to PlayStation because you know what it is. And the moment they did that, everything worked out. Ratchet and Clank was a hit. You know what? Let's get acquired by these people because for some reason, everybody in the audience associates this with me and my brand. And brand value is the most important thing ever. That's why Apple is number one in every market when it comes to branding. They could sell you doo-doo and you will buy it just because they're branding and their cool factor. Exactly. Yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you, the moment they say something about this ain't coming to PlayStation ever or whatever, they're going to reevaluate that. I'm telling you, because the brand of PlayStation already right now, 72% of people are already saying that, yo, we getting that PlayStation over everything else. That's one. Two, there was more systems available on PlayStation because they had to double up as opposed to Xbox. So already out the gate, just from pre-order standpoint, Sony is up 2-1 already. That's the second thing, right? The third thing, yeah, everything I'm telling you is true. Everything. I don't gotta lie. I'm the best. You crazy? I ain't gotta say nothing. Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you. So my thing is when Sony is making their moves right now, like you see with the PS Plus collection and blah blah blah, all the stuff that they're doing and stuff like that, Sony's playing a different game. They gotta make sure that their system and things is still slightly traditional on their end. That's the business that they're in. Microsoft is not in that same business. Sony don't got cloud technology like that. Microsoft does, so they had to do the partnership. I get that. That's smart. But Microsoft needs Sony to be successful too. So like they still need each other in some ways for the industry to be successful and for growth to happen. You understand? So this is why I'm trying to tell people they still need each other even when these deals happen. So you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention, man.
Yeah, exactly. With cloud, you pay by the computations, right? So if you got a client like Sony running, game servers on their cloud network, that's a shit ton of computations, and you have all those users. They're gonna be making a lot of money off Sony.
Oh, a lot of money off Sony. Now I got another question for y'all. If you can make $20 million in America and $7 million in Japan, you gonna say no to Japan because I want to make sure I don't want Sony to no, you gonna turn down $7 million?
Nah.
All right then. Exactly, you're not. So my thing is, Microsoft is not trying to beat Sony at system sales and stuff like that. Microsoft want to make sure that their products is used by everybody and their brand is seen by everybody. That's it. Like, that's their goal. They want to make sure that what they make is being used. It's just like a music artist, that come out with an album or something like that. I don't want to see it on the shelves. I want them joints to be sold out. I want to restock. I want to keep everything going.
You know what, Hip Hop? That's funny that you say that because I remember back when Phil Spencer's quote, I believe it was 2017 or 18, where he said that it made news everywhere that Sony isn't our competitor. It's Google and Amazon. And at that time, Amazon didn't have a platform like they do as of like 2 weeks ago, they announced theirs. Yeah. So crazy looking back at those words now. And it kind of like you were saying earlier, like people say things, these things are years in planning. The Amazon's gaming OS has been in the works for years. So do you think that Sony looks at Microsoft as, hey, you're still our competition, but then Microsoft doesn't acknowledge that and says, no, Amazon and Google are?
No.
See what I mean?
No. Sony and Microsoft compete where they need to compete at. And they work together where they need to work together at. That's it. In the story. It's nothing more and nothing less. There's going to come times. Put like this. Look at me and you. You got your own podcast. You know what I'm saying? Insomniacs, right? I got the content that I put out, right? So we work together right now by me being on here because I get exposed to your audience and stuff like that. I know I have a large following and I'm doing a lot of things. So this helps me and it helps you. We working together. But at the end of the day, from a competitive standpoint, as much as I want to help you and I love what you're doing, at the end of the day, when it says top 10, I want to be number one. I don't want you to be number one over me. You understand what I'm saying? So even if I help you, I still want to make sure I'm in the top spot in the same process. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Like, look at the you can have LeBron James going up against Luka Doncic. You don't think Luka Doncic come to LeBron and be like, hey, yo, how you do this or how you do that? They play against each other, but they still help each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because the respect is there. But at the end of the day, I still want the championship. I don't want you to get it. I want it.
I mean, that's Jimmy Butler and LeBron right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know how much love and respect they got for each other, but at the same time, I want this chip. Come on, B. So that's the way I am. Like, and that's another problem in the industry. We can get into this another time, but another problem in the industry is so many people is like, they will do everything to try to like destroy you. They'll even lie to try to destroy you. And I'm like, yo, like it ain't that serious. Like if you're great at something, be great. But if your greatness comes at the expense of being, you know, sneaky, disgraceful, and underhanded, and almost criminal-like, then you already lost. Yeah. I'm not trying to win on paper. I'm trying to win in life. And the way I win in life is how I impact the world. Yeah, so the fact that I'm here lets me know I'm making an impact in the world because y'all felt I was valuable enough to be on your show. And that means a lot to me. So I already won. Yeah. That's it.
Facts.
Yo, y'all appreciate y'all, man.
No, that was
man. You spoke facts, man. All facts, man. Hip hop gamer. Yo, everyone who's listening in. We appreciate y'all for being out here. This has definitely been a milestone on our show. Have someone like Hip Hop Gamer, industry insider, legend, you know, triple OG when it comes to this game.
Thank you, bro.
No problem. We are going over time. We wanted to ask you some hip hop related questions. You got a couple minutes to spare? Or?
Yo, son, listen, the game is on, bro. I'm watching the game and I'm talking to y'all. We locked in. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Because I'm about to play some Call of Duty after this. So it's like, yeah.
Because you the hip hop gamer, we gotta ask you some hip hop questions, bro.
Of course. Let's go, man.
All right, go ahead.
Cool.
Oh, bet. All right, yo. So for me, man, I want to know what was the first track like you heard that did it for you, man. Like what was the first track that made you fall in love with hip hop? Like I can tell you, for me, as wild as it sounds, I was 4 years old. My mother played Heavy D and the Boys, Overweight Lover. When I heard that track,
Overweight Lover's in the house. Oh man,
that was my joint. And I saw the video for it too. When I saw that big boy, that big man with that, like he was smooth and cool with it, getting the girls, I was like, damn, that's it. I'm cooked.
Wow. You know what? This is a tough question because the first fan like moment that I can remember off the top of my head when it came to hip hop, Big Daddy Kane, son. That was like my first fan moment because my brother and my cousin, they had the gold chains, they had the haircut just like him and stuff like that. So when I heard and also when I seen Scoop and Scrap Lover dancing and stuff like that, that was crazy to me. But I'm gonna tell you, man, when Big Daddy came with "Warm It Up, Kane, Warm It Up, Kane, Warm It Up, Kane, Warm It Up, Kane," I was like, because you remember, I'm a hyper kid, I'm a hyper person, period. But I was a hyper kid. So when I heard that, I'm going crazy, dancing and stuff like that. But yeah, like I wouldn't say that was the song that made me a fan of hip hop. I was just like fan of the music, but the thing is, I didn't know hip hop. Yeah. I just loved the song. I didn't know hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to be fair to the question, and this may be a little weird, but I think the song that made me appreciate, love, and become like the ultimate hardcore fan of hip hop that I am today. Because don't get me wrong, I always loved hip hop, always loved the music, always enjoyed it. But when I heard Biggie, what's the name? Juicy. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, Rap Attack, Mr. Magic, Marley Marl. Like when I heard Biggie rap that song, the chorus, the feel.
Nah, it's crazy.
It was a moment. It was like when I heard it, and the reason why I knew that was the song that did it for me, because I was old enough to respect what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, I was young. I was still young, but I was old enough to receive and respect what I love about what I loved earlier. And think about it for a second. You could play a video game and just love the game and have fun playing the game. But then you may have a moment where you're like, yo, like, I love the games. I love the industry. I want to be a part of it. Like, when you get that moment where you're all in, like, this is my life. This is my passion. This is what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. When I heard Biggie, that was like my hip hop life. Listening to Biggie made me want to go look up KRS-One and Kool Herc and African Bombada. Like, it made me want to study hip hop.
Yeah, that's
what I mean. That's what Biggie did for me.
When I saw Wild Style, like, that's when I found out about Fab Five Freddy, like that Down by Law.
Yeah.
That Down by Law beat. Oh my God! When I heard Fantastic Five MCs and the Cold Crush Brothers, like, I was dumpster diving. And I'm 27 years old, and I'm telling you, like, I'm hip. Like, yo, fly this one, come. All the ladies can tell. The man on the mic, the L, the heart, the breaker. When I heard that, I was like, damn.
Yo, bro, and that's what so that's what, like, Biggie's song did for me, and I understand exactly what you're talking about, bro. It was crazy.
For me, One Love, Nas.
Oh, listen,
Illmatic.
Like, Nas, like, Illmatic, still to this day is like, how was you able to even think like that at that age and write like that? Like, he's man, the poetic prophet. Nas. Yeah. He's crazy, man. He's different. And it's so funny when you said One Love, it also makes me think about One Mic, because One Mic was a song that was so powerful to me, man. You know what I'm saying?
That was a deep song.
Yeah, love it. I love it, man. The
build-up was crazy for that song too.
Like, the build-up. Oh man, crazy.
Starts off so nice and soft, and then it just builds up to just him just ripping that mic.
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So
I got a question regarding who you messing with now from the new school. And when I say new school, I mean like newer than like your Kendrick Drakes. I'm talking about like maybe last year or two, people with like a buzz or who may need some more shine.
In terms of like new cats, I mean, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? I was really rocking with Pop Smoke. I like Pop Smoke. So rest in peace to him. YBN Corday is incredible.
He's from our area out here.
A word, YBN Corday is dope. I love Joyner Lucas. I think Joyner Lucas is one of those generational talents. He's incredible. Every time he make anything, it's impactful. Like what he just did with Will Smith, like that song. I was about
to say that was crazy.
Ridiculous. He's like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Joyner Lucas, I could tell he's a fan of people like Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes and like that creativeness. Like, he's different. So Joyner Lucas, definitely. I rock with him. I love Hopsin. Hopsin is a beast. One thing about me, man, I'm big on like bars, songs, timing, cadence, breath control, meaning. Like, I'm a rapper's rapper. Rapper.
Mentioning like how you cool with DNA and stuff like that. That's I noticed that.
DNA. That's another thing.
Yeah, I don't know any gamers who are into battle rap. So that's interesting to hear that. I'm definitely a fan of battle rap as well.
Who's your favorite battle rapper?
I can't even tell you because you would laugh at me.
No, man, go ahead, bro.
It's the most left wing person.
I know you're gonna say, but go ahead.
I got a homie who like is constantly putting me on a battle rap. He'll show me like Shotgun Suge and people like that. I like, because when I got into battle rap, so let me tell you. So I got into it like 2005. So I'm over here looking at YouTube. I'm looking at like Grind Time, right?
Oh wow, took it back.
Yeah. So I like and again, so my favorite battle rapper, Iron Solomon.
Iron Solomon? All right, so I'm gonna tell you something. Iron Solomon is dope. I love Iron Solomon, but you know what I love most about Iron Solomon? How he came back after being destroyed by Murder Mook. After Murder Mook destroyed him, after Murder Mook destroyed him, he got so much better. Like it was, Iron Solomon was already dope, but he got a lot better after he got destroyed by Murder Mook. So yeah, I'm really feeling Iron Solomon. He's dope.
Did you see the battle versus Jin?
Of course I've seen that battle. He killed Jin.
That was embarrassing.
He killed Jin. Sirius Jones killed Jin. He said, yo, aren't you from China? There's a billion people. You couldn't even go platinum over there. Yo, when he said that, everybody left. There was nothing else to talk about. He said, yo, aren't you from China? There's a billion people. You couldn't go platinum over there. Yo, when he said that, it was one of those situations where it's like, you ever saw a battle rap to where if somebody fought, it's like, you know what? All right, it's okay to fight because that was fighting. I was like, I understand. If you swing on him for this, it ain't right, but I understand. I get it because that was just too hard of a bar, man. That was wrong.
I also liked Iron Solomon versus Math. That's actually one of my favorites.
Iron Solomon versus Math was dope. I know a lot of people culturally want to give the win to Math, but I think Iron Solomon beat him. Because I ain't gonna front, man. The way he used the Dr. Dre scheme, it turns about how there will be nothing left of you after Math. Like, the way he's up, it was crazy. Listen, when I tell you I love what I love, hip hop gamer, like that is the perfect name for me because I do both at the highest level, son. So it's like, I'm telling you, man. Oh man.
Now you talking to some guys that are fans, man. Trust me. I love I'm a fan of I'm a fanatic, bro. I know about Grand Wizard Theodore inventing the scratch.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I'm talking about Grandmaster Kaz, who is part of the Crush Brothers.
Yeah, we had him on Hot 97. Grandmaster Flash. We had Grandmaster Flash on Hot 97 because he broke down the history of hip hop. And what I loved about what he did, he showed how the 70s shaped hip hop forever. Because right now, in the 90s and the 2000s, everything, there's songs from the 70s that they're using now in hip hop. Mm-hmm. So it's it's amazing.
Yeah, man, those things were big. When Wild Style was a huge movie for me as a kid, that's there's no understatement to that. Double Trouble, man, I always used to love the beef videos. So when I saw the jump with Kool Mo D against LL Cool J, I went back. I'm talking about I went crate searching. I got the vinyl where where Kool Mo D's in front of the Jeep and underneath the wheel is the Kango hat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That was crazy.
But for me, it was New Jack City, definitely Belly, Deuce. The classics.
Definitely, man. All classics. I gotta add Menace to Society to that too. That was my
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. What you say about my mama? Yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah. So trust me, I get it, B. But and you know what's so funny? Just to bring up Adam Boyes again, you have a person that's vice president of Sony, CEO Iron Galaxy, and the same conversation we have right now. He's all in. He knows everything about hip hop, hardcore, bro. He used to get all the mixtapes and use them to make sure this is the right song for the games that he was developing, because he was doing Blitz and all those games back then, all of that, and he was responsible for the soundtrack, and he's a hardcore hip hop head. You know what I'm saying? Hardcore. And one of his favorite beat makers is the Beat Nuts. You know what I'm saying? He's
watch out now.
Yeah, you already know. So. Now think about it. On the outside looking in, if you just look at Adam Boyes, you're gonna think what he know about the hip hop culture, or what he know about this. He's just a suit person as a corporate person. And in my mind, I'm like, that's foul, because it's kind of you don't even know this person, but y'all quick to demonize him or say what he's not, and you don't even know him. And people do this all the time because of what they think or what they're so used to seeing, so they just go along with the flow. And I'm like, that's foul, because what if somebody treats you like that, and we already know what it's like to be treated like that? Why would you do that if you know what it's like? It's so foul. So that's why, I always try to not only be fair, but also teach. And I never show favoritism. I don't care who you are. I don't show favoritism. Like I said, I praise God, not people. So
let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Yeah. Damn.
C-Dollah, what are we looking on time right now?
All right, so yeah, we can wrap it up though.
We just about to hit that 3 hour mark.
Yeah.
All good. Cool. I could keep talking for more, but we definitely want to get you back on. This has been an amazing conversation. Shout out to everybody in the chat, everyone who tuned in tonight.
We're still tuned.
Yeah.
Still in here.
Yeah, they still tuned in.
Oh
wow, that's amazing. Much love to y'all.
Yeah. So, again, big shout out, Hip Hop Gamer. Thank you for coming through, bro. Please let them know where they can find you at.
Yo, listen, man, I'm gonna make it easy. Go to Google, type in Hip Hop Gamer. Everything pops up, yo. Everything pops up, yo. Everything. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything is all one word. Everything is connected. So yeah, yo, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Google me. That's it. That's the new joint. Hip Hop Gamer. Google.
Do your Googles.
That's definitely a mic drop flex right there.
Yeah, that's a mic drop right there.
Let's get it. I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yo, no doubt, man.
Yeah,
C-Dollah sign, where can they find you, man?
Man, they can find me on SoundCloud. C_$. Posting the music I like, you can find me there.
That's what's up.
Bet that. iTrip, where can they find you at, my bro?
Luisito the Boss on Instagram and iTrip2_ on Twitter.
All right.
On iTrip2 on Xbox.
Okay, soon to be iTrip2 on PlayStation.
One day.
Hip hop.
One day, yeah.
Cool Hand. Let them know.
Yo, you can find me at CoolHandCruz on IG, Twitter, and soon to be on Twitch. And if you want the smoke, hip hop, you can find me at CoolHandCruz on PSN for Tekken.
All right, boo. Make sure you. I'm gonna give you my Cash App as well, so you know what to do.
Let's run it.
Yo, we can run it.
Let's go. I'm with it. Tekken, right?
Yeah, Tekken. I'll
Okay.
play you for a Happy Meal. My money not long like yours.
Is it a happy? I'm with it. Let's go back Meal. I'm very excited. Let's go. I'm gonna have you mail me a Happy Meal. That's a plan. Yo, much love, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. So I'll talk to you guys again soon. And take care, man. Real talk. One love. I'm out of here.
Next time we'll Insomniacs freestyle for you.
Oh, word? All right, cool. Next time. All right, cool. All right. Peace.
Nova Insomniac on Twitter. Been a great show, 3-hour show. I had mad fun tonight, guys. What's up with y'all?
Oh man, that was crazy cool. I got no words, man. I got to talk hip hop and games. I got to talk hip hop and games. That's literally my dream.
I bet. Well, everybody, we'll catch you next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock Eastern. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't
See you
sleep.
later.